Ownership starts here. For 70 years, Clayton Homes of Ocala has been opening doors with innovative homes and trusted craftsmanship. Anniversary opportunities are happening now. Visit a participating retailer today.
Happy birthday, America, from GimmeTheVin.com. If you are a GMTV customer, thank you. If you've never tried America's best car buyer, well, GimmeTheVin.com still wants to buy your car. Whether it's your daily driver, a pickup truck, an SUV, a minivan, a supercar, or an exotic. Say goodbye to dealing with dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GimmeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
July 3rd, the fireworks start early with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Liberty Brawl. The undefeated world champ Austin No Doubt Trout defends his title against the UK violence maker Ben the Bomber Bonner. In the co-main event, Britain Hart puts her world title on the line against the undefeated Dr. Sarah Schell. Plus, the unbeaten Johnny Cannoli Garbarino faces former world champ Mike Richmond. 3 undefeated stars, 2 world titles, 1 explosive night. Watch it live, only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Escape to Aquatica Orlando for an adventure unlike anywhere else. Slide into endless thrills and unwind with sandy beaches, wave pools, and lazy rivers. Come face to fin with unexpected new friends and enjoy lively events all year long. Every visit brings something new at Aquatica, the #1 outdoor water park in America. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our 4th of July sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Dave, Meet Dave Williamson on July 2nd through July 5th, and Cabedo in Spanish on July 3rd. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. The #1 mistake people make when getting a mortgage is not comparing their quote. It's so easy to compare at my website, thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thatmortgageguydon.com. It's tough watching your kids struggle with allergies, runny nose at recess, congestion at practice, trouble focusing in school. And then there's the guilt when you forget their allergy meds. But it doesn't have to be that way. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. They've treated thousands, including kids, with quick, kid-friendly testing and pain-free allergy drops. Make the most of summer break. Schedule your appointment now at AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Meet Sophia, a huge soccer fan. With her Real Unlimited from Total Wireless, she's streaming 3 games, video calling her cousin in Mexico,
and running the quiniela all on my new Samsung Galaxy.
She's practically running the whole tournament from her phone.
Good thing I have Total Wireless.
Switch to Total Wireless Total Max 5G or All Access plans to get on a network that won't put you second. Plus, a Samsung Galaxy on us. Total Wireless, your own Real Unlimited. Offer ends 7/8/2026 or while supplies last. Device taxes and fees may apply.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
France advanced to the round of 16 with a 3-0 win over Sweden. Kylian Mbappe with a 2-goal performance that made World Cup history.
And Mbappe becomes the all-time leading goal scorer in knockout matches in the World Cup final.
France meets Paraguay in the next round. Meanwhile, tonight, the U.S. is back at it, facing Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Birthday. That's birthday. Enter it now.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Lots to get to today. From Here's What Happens Next to schools are replacing your child's teachers with robots. And will the United States ban pregnant people from visiting? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Late is here. Hello. Josh is with us.
What's up?
And so are you. You can join us over on the website or app. Send a dispatch right now to get on the show. You can also watch us on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
All mixed up. Good. You
Just-
don't know what to do?
Yeah.
Woke up and I go, oh, it's not Friday. It's not Friday today.
Oh, my God.
Not Friday.
Get your life together. You never know what day of the week it is. You're an adult, man.
When we
the
do
hell?
secret shows on a different day, it throws me off.
I wake up and I still know what day it is. I can look at my phone and my phone tells me what day it is. There's literally like so many things around. I just told you what day it is.
I know what day it is. Like, it's not like I woke up and I thought it was Friday. I just woke up disappointed.
No, you okay. Well, I wake up disappointed every morning.
You say like your phone tells you what day it is, like you have to check. I don't have to check usually.
Oh, I have to. Yeah, I'm not going to be high and mighty over here. I have to check all kinds of things like this.
Well, you're an adult. You should know what day it is.
I still need help, okay? I still need help. We have so much to get into today. They're trying to cancel that Freddie World Cup guy, the German guy.
No.
Yeah, even on our
Milkshake
chat.
ducked him?
Yeah, even on our chat, somebody's like, R.I.P. Freddie, the fraud. Freddie the fraud. I'll talk about what was happening there. They're saying like his whole thing was a hoax or like he has bad opinions. God only knows. God only knows.
A German with bad opinions has never happened before.
Imagine that. Let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we talked yesterday about a very interesting, a brazen even strategy from the Mexican fans. The Mexicans decided they were going to go to the hotel of their opponents, Ecuador, and they were honking. They let off fireworks. They were revving engines of cars all night long. They would not let up because they didn't want the Ecuador team to get any sleep. Let's see how it worked out. Here we go to the broadcast.
El primero de México puede ser Julián.
That was so fast. That was, I mean, the Mexican broadcast, some of the fastest Spanish I've ever heard. And then, pray tell, is this the longest ever goal announcement? This is what I've heard. It could be possibly the longest ever goal.
Does somebody hold a record for this?
Oh, right. He's still going. He's still belting out what could be the longest. Is there actually an official record for the longest announcer to say goal for some certain amount of time? There must be. Because this goes on for like a minute.
I don't think that's the longest.
No, yeah, he stopped right there. He fired it up again.
The longest in history was in 2013 for 68 seconds in one single breath.
Damn.
In a game between Romania and Hungary.
Wow. Okay. Did not know that it was even possible to do that. 68 seconds, you said, Josh?
Yep. Correctamundo.
Yeah, I do not think that I could pull that off. I can't even hold my breath for 60 seconds.
Dude, I wouldn't want to pull that off.
Yeah. Just go. You get bored after some certain amount of time. I don't know what's happening there, but they won. They won, just so you know. The Mexican team battered the Ecuadorian team. Perhaps they were a little too tired because 2-0 was the final score in the match, and that sends them a little bit further. And my God, do the Mexicans know how to party? My Mexican friends listening to the show right now,
both of you,
you both know how to party so hard. I got to tell you, it looked fake in Mexico City. The party for this. Some people don't know this. Mexico City is a massive city. It is absolutely unbelievably huge.
Is this a road full of people?
Yeah, this is a road full of human beings.
Cool. No way, dog.
I'm going to put this on See It Now so you guys can see the party afterwards, because otherwise you wouldn't believe it.
And just that, the curse is broken. There will be a fifth game at long last for Mexico.
I mean,
2 first-half goals.
It's got to be all of Mexico is there.
Yeah,
the entire country of Mexico is there.
The thing is, it goes to like a big round circle in the road, and then it goes off in all directions. And north, south, east, and west, there's still that many people.
And Jimenez. Mexico go marching on.
I forgot the numbers on this. What Mexico City population?
See if you ask the White House, that's what the crowd at the National Mall looks like for Freedom 250.
I don't know, though. I saw some tumbleweeds settings, man.
Mexico City has estimated population of over 23 million people.
All right, 23 mil in Mexico City. Compare that to New York. It's not double, I don't think, is it? I don't think it's double. But the biggest city in the United States, it's bigger than New York City. I know that.
New York is approximately 8.5 million.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so nearly 3 times bigger than New York City. People don't realize just how big it is. It's the biggest city in North America, as far as I know, Mexico City.
It's a city that has about the same population as Florida, give or take, like a couple, like a million or so.
That's unbelievable. And they're all apparently soccer fans out in the streets. People are saying 9.4 million on chat, but that's
true.
Yeah. The overall city, according to Josh, is bigger than that. Okay.
Yeah. Listen to me.
They're also bigger than the sport of soccer, because I saw that the Los Angeles Dodgers were playing the Athletics, and during the Dodgers Athletics game, there was some guy who didn't give a damn, apparently, about the baseball game he was watching, and was only cheering when Mexico scored goals during the soccer game, and just absolutely going nuts. I think I might have it here.
Like Freeman, Betts, Ohtani.
Here's the baseball game.
Tucker.
Well, I mentioned it last night, and he confirmed it in the post-game interview, which is you play with these guys.
Yeah, the guy gets up. It's in the middle of a pitch, and I don't know if you're supposed to be quiet in the middle of a pitch like a backswing in golf, but the guy just stands up, and he's not even focused on the baseball game.
Well, I mentioned it last night. He confirmed it in the post-game interview, which is you play with these guys.
Go!
I like that he's got those expensive seats just to sit there and check the Mexico game on his phone.
He's front row.
I wonder if we would even be talking about this right now if he didn't have the expensive seats.
No.
He was close enough that he's being picked up by the game microphones. I don't know how they're just talking about the baseball and not and just completely ignoring this guy. I'm sure they had to address this person at some point during the broadcast.
Because they're professional broadcasters, Sealand. They ignore that kind of stuff.
I've never met one of those.
I know. I would absolutely be. If I was talking about this baseball game, I'd be like, this baseball game is boring. I think the Mexican guy's more exciting. This is how I operate. I operate like this. I don't care necessarily about what we're talking about. It's what's the most interesting thing going on, possibly. right? So, like, if I was in this studio and somebody burst into the studio with a gun, the most professional thing in the world to do would be to continue this sentence and continue our segment completely unfazed by the gunman who has now entered my studio. But what would I do? I'd be like, oh my God, there's a guy with a gun in my studio. You know, that kind of thing. These are the ways you handle these situations. Not these guys, though. They didn't do it.
That makes you so special that you would talk about the gunman, you know?
Thank you.
Nobody else would. Nobody else would.
I don't get enough credit around here. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, I appreciate you picking up on that.
You get the right amount of credit.
I agree with you.
Much.
I don't get enough credit. You're both right. My genius goes unnoticed sometimes.
He confirmed it in the post-game interview, which is you play with these guys in your video games.
He wants to say something so bad, too. I could tell the announcer's like, oh, God, I want to talk about this. But he didn't. He refrained from doing it. Hello, everybody, on a Wednesday. We got a couple of emails to get us started here. This one's from Justin to tipsathenewsjunkie.com. It says, how my neighborhood handles door-to-door salespeople. Oh, the whole neighborhood is banded together over this? If you missed this came from the story yesterday about this diabolical woman who was going door-to-door, or at least to one dude's door, and she said, I'm spraying your neighbor's house tomorrow. And all of the creatures, critters, bugs, roaches, and everything is going to flee your neighbor's house after we spray and probably go to your house. But we'll be here, and we can offer you a great deal to keep those roaches and bugs and creepy crawlers out of your house for a limited time only while we're next door. Otherwise, have fun with Joe's Apartment 2.0. And the old guy goes, are you telling me you're coming over here? I don't have roaches now. You're going to scare them over here and then make me pay to get rid of the roaches? That was almost a dead on.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that was almost dead on. And that, folks, will be on display for the next several hours here on the show, this kind of level of content. But the guy was pissed off, and he said, if you send a bunch of bugs over here from that house, you're coming over here and getting rid of them, and I'm not paying you for it. And the lady didn't know what to do. He flipped the script on her. Justin emails on that topic. What's up, Sean and C-Lane? Happy hump day. I'm listening to yesterday's podcast and can totally relate with the man in the Charlotte story yesterday about the pest control lady. We have a guy in my neighborhood that will knock on your door multiple times in 1 hour. He's knocked on mine as many as 3 times in 1 hour before. That's a bit excessive. When people talk to him through the Ring doorbell speaker, he's aggressive and generally refuses to take no for an answer. Is this that guy? Remember the one guy of the viral doorbell video? And we never heard anything else about him. And what did he say selling? His name was? No, he wasn't selling anything. He was trying to get into the house to save the girl that wasn't there.
Oh man, what was
Remember
his name?
The guy?
Harry Dresden or something?
I'm Harry Dresden.
Yes. Yeah, that guy.
I'm Harry Dresden. I don't know if we could bring that up, if there's a version that we could play or a clip of it we can play. It sounds like that guy rolling through your neighborhood. 3 times an hour is absolutely out of line. He says, when people talk to him through the Ring doorbell speaker, he's very aggressive and refuses to take no for an answer. The irony is, this pest works for pest control service sales. But the cherry on top with this jackass is he's done this in my neighborhood as late as 9:30 p.m. on a weeknight. My neighborhood is full of family homes with some newborns that are fast asleep at that time, and this gentleman has woken them. So what everybody has done to get back at him and his company is they've gone on Google and left several 1-star reviews explaining the company sends people out at all hours of the day and night, waking our babies trying to sell us pest control. Then several people in my neighborhood have emailed the main customer service line with photos of this guy telling him not to come back. So far it's worked, but it's only been about 2 weeks, he says. Now we got to get rid of the text messages. Love the show as always. Have a great rest of your week. Well, best of luck with that, friend. Also, Kevin emails. He says, here we go, junkies. Amazon mailbox money incoming. He says Amazon Prime customers could claim their share of $1.5 billion from a FTC settlement by July 27th. I'll put that to the side. We'll see if we can find out what's going on with that.
I just remembered, speaking of mailbox money, I finally got my Facebook money yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Congratulations. How much did you get?
Like $7 and change.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's more than I got.
That is about as much as I got too, because I noticed that I had a deposit yesterday, and I'm like, the mailbox money's working, man.
I got $7.31.
Must be nice.
He said in his email, 1.5 billion. But when I look at the FTC website, it says FTC requires Amazon to pay 2.25 million. Unless this is something different. That could be a different thing. Let me see if I can find out what's going on.
I think when you're a company as big as Amazon, you're just constantly paying these things off.
I think you are, yeah, because it says Amazon Prime customers owed payment from $2.5 billion FTC settlement. So, yeah, you're right. There's just that much going on. Eligibility for payments. In order to be eligible, customers must have signed up for Prime between 2019 and 2025. They also must have unsuccessfully tried to cancel their Prime subscriptions or signed up through what the documents call a challenged enrollment flow. To submit a claim, they got an online portal for this. I'll link this. I'll link the Amazon, the mailbox money from Amazon, $2.5 billion. In case you have a Prime account, I'll link this so you can get your piece of that mailbox money over on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com. All right, last thing for now. CB twisted right at the end of the show yesterday. I just missed it. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted premium subscriptions.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you. That's amazing. What an amazing month it was last month in June for gifted subs. Thanks to everybody who supported the show. Brand new month, fresh, clean scoreboard. Let's see what we can get today as we roll on with a new month here in July. I want to see you either subscribing or gifting some subscriptions over on thenewsjunkie.com to unlock premium access. When we return, a young kid caught doing something. I didn't know you could get in trouble for this, all right? And I want to see what everybody thinks about this. We'll get into the details of what this young boy was doing. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI is great at math. We're great at bad decisions. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Slow traffic continues today on I-4 in the Orlando area. For those who need to travel east and westbound on the interstate today, no major problems or delays to report for those taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. Things are still looking good on the 408 and on the 429. If you see traffic...
Welcome back, everybody. Skull Mike activated. Welcome behind the scenes. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. I got to put this up on See It Now. Amazon, $2.5 billion settlement. Mailbox money. Boom. All right, that's up on See It Now. Don't miss out on it. Don't forget, clear scoreboard for July. Show your support. Subscribe or gift subscriptions. Appreciate you. What's the final number count on last month? I'll dig that up during the show today for sure. Uh-oh. Hang on. Goose Springsteen has not been summoned yet. There we go. Should be good now. Was the audio video sync off, people? Was it off? C-Lane's looking at it right now. Thanks to everybody who joined us last night for Secret Shows. It was a blast. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. Yes, it was very off? Okay. I think C-Lane's working on it right now. Let me know if it's still off in the next segment, even though that will be incredibly distracting and triggering. I still need to know, believe it or not. We want Creamy. Creamy has been retired. He's not the cameraman anymore on this show. The cameraman
is Goose Springsteen. All right, he's in control. And he's been doing a pretty good job, I think. Better now, audio works well. Well, this doesn't count. This doesn't count for the sync being fixed. This is real time. You and I are talking real time here, or close to it. When I'm over here, that's when the sync comes into play. Does that not make sense to people yet? Yeah, like this is one thing. This is a live communication. When I go over here, there's a delay. There's like a 16-second delay or something. I thought people understood that. Yeah, this is like breaking through live to you when we're on school mic, so we can talk about things. All right, folks. There is a young man that has found himself in a world of trouble. The police started questioning this young kid because he was on a jet ski by himself in Florida, and he is 8 years old. Now, this might be because of being a product of my environment. This doesn't seem very weird to me. Is this illegal? This doesn't seem very weird to me. As a guy who grew up in the acreage out in the sticks, where everybody from like 6, 7, 8-year-olds to old people might be on four-wheelers and dirt bikes in the neighborhood. So like an 8-year-old on a dirt bike wouldn't be shocking to me. Hello?
You want to do an 8 or a 12?
Let's do a 12 here.
Okay.
The kid is 8. He's on a jet ski. The cops are like investigating this and everything. I don't know jet ski laws. Maybe there's different laws. You need a driver's license? Do you? Sean, how about you pick one person to tell you if the sync is back on? I don't know. When I talk about that, by the way, when we say sync, we're talking SYNC. We're talking the audio-video sync. If I'm sitting at this desk, because we're live on a syndicated radio show, we're matching up audio and video in our system here. So sometimes it slips a bit. That's what they're talking about. If that happens, just let us know and we'll get it set. Okay, we're coming back in 60 seconds. Pick me? Yeah. All right, here we go, everybody.
Team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
On News World Podcast, we're celebrating America's 250th birthday, and I asked my guests how they're spending their 4th of July. Brett Baer.
I'll be in Washington because it's a big, big day.
Jared Isaacman.
I plan to be flying an F-5 fighter jet painted in Freedom 250 colors, along with 4 other fighter jets flying over the nation's capital.
Listen to News World on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow News World and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Birthday. That's birthday. Enter it now.
Real Radio 104.1.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is...
Well, here on 4th of July weekend, you're going to see a lot of people having fun, enjoying themselves, celebrating 250 years for the United States of America. How do we celebrate 250 years, you ask? We celebrate 250 years with American things like cookouts and barbecues and beer and enjoying yourself and freedom, for God's sake. Freedom, it's what this country was founded on, and it's what we're supposed to be all about, though some of you weirdos have lost sight of this over time. Now, I ask you today, are you with me on a very specific issue here? What happened is in Sarasota, all right? Hello, shouts out Sarasota. We love you. There you are, Sarasota. I noticed something happened, and it blew up into this big story. It not only was a local story, but it was like a national story. It was in the New York Post. It was in the Daily Mail. It was all over social media. I mean, this story was going about as viral as it could a little bit earlier on this week. And when I saw that, I was like, why?
Facebook,
why?
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see
Why?
it?
Like, why is this even a big deal? Maybe it's because I'm a product of my environment. Just for the record, I grew up in a little place called The Acreage. A little bit of a cancer cluster if you look that up online. But
just going to get a little cancer stain.
Just ignore that part, C-Lane, all right? Just ignore that part and know that we grew up on dirt roads in the middle of nowhere, way far away from everything. And for me, stuff like what happened in this story that I'm about to play for you, it just happens all the time. Now, when I was little, it wasn't weird to see some young kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, riding around on a dirt bike or a four-wheeler. I know people who grew up in the Northeast and they're on snowmobiles at like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. Like, this is just a part of life in certain areas, depending on how you live. But in this case, in Sarasota, this young boy was riding a jet ski at 8 years old, and the cops got involved, and they started to investigate his parents, and it became a local news story. They're like, the 8-year-old on the jet ski alone. And it turned into a national story. I mean, I could look real quick. Jet ski, is jet ski one word? I think it is, right? Jet ski 8. If you look up the source, I mean, look, TMZ has a story on this. WKRG, KSN, Sarasota Herald, WFLA, KX News, Toronto Sun up into Canada. I mean, there are 6 pages, over 60 stories about this particular incident. And when I saw it, I was like, what's the big deal? That's not, I know, like maybe it's illegal or something, but that was not a big deal where I come from.
Where was he riding the jet ski?
He was in
the ocean?
This looks like the intercoastal. Let's watch, Celine. Here we go.
Where's your parents? Over here? All right, can you take me to them? Thanks. I'm going to follow you.
Thumbs up, the little kid gives.
Oh, the kid's a snitch.
He said, my parents are right over there.
Took him right to dad to get arrested.
But he's sitting there idling on the jet ski.
All right, so that was your son?
Yes, sir.
On the jet ski? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that I really don't think that he's legal to drive, right?
Don't admit
But
that.
we have been just-
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
Idiot.
I really don't think he's legal to ride. Just say like, hey, what's the problem with you? Seemed like my son was out there doing a good job. He was cruising around. He knew how to start the thing. He knew how to stop the thing. He knew how to turn the thing. He knew how to drive the thing. He didn't run into anybody. Come on. He's a kid on a jet ski.
Kind of hard to stop a jet ski.
Aren't jet skis for kids anyways? Isn't that kind of the point?
No, they're for cool guys.
They were when we were kids.
Yeah. Like I don't see old people on jet skis. It's literally for younger people.
I think the first time I ever operated a jet ski, I was probably 9 or 10, and the parents did not jet ski with us. They were at the house.
Yeah, you would just do this on your own.
Yeah.
Water cops are the worst. They are looking for something to do all the time, are they not? MFQ on YouTube says, so why is this viral? Is that a cop? Yeah, that's my point. Like, maybe this is illegal or whatever. The dad goes, he said the same thing. Like, yeah, I don't think he's supposed to be on
I know that I really don't think that he's legal to drive, right? But we have been jet skis on the lake for the last few years. He's very proficient, but...
How old is he?
8.
8 years old? Okay, and you thought he was legal out here?
All right, so he's like, you thought this was legal, you dumbass?
He just said he knows it wasn't.
Yeah, he actually said the opposite of that just moments ago. Josh is right about that. And this guy ratted himself out or whatever. But he said he's very proficient. He's been riding for years. We come out here, we do the jet skis every year.
Admitting to so much stuff. He's like, not only do I know that this is probably against the law, I just probably, but he's been doing it the last few years. So he's at least been riding alone since, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe even 5.
Yep, Bootsy says over on TNJ chat or Twitch, 8 is really young. Of course, it's 8 is very young. For me, it's not that weird though. I grew up there were kids who were racing dirt bikes, literally at like 6 or 7 years old, like racing them, like motocross dirt bikes. There were kids who would race go-karts in these early leagues to try to become NASCAR drivers someday, to learn actual racing. 6, 7, 8 years old. You could go to the local go-kart place, and as an 8-year-old, undoubtedly you could pop into the go-kart and hit the gas and haul ass and drive around the go-kart track. Like, we've done all of these things, right?
Sure.
It's not that weird to me. And this may be one of these ones where, because I grew up in a different situation, it doesn't seem weird to me at all. Like, it doesn't seem, the problem would be if somebody is not skilled and they don't know what they're doing. I think there's probably some kids who are 8 who are more proficient on jet skis than I am and should be on jet skis more so than I should be on jets. I'm more of a danger as a grown-ass man than these kids are. But I guess there's laws. What are the laws? Can we look that up for
somebody
kids?
said on chat just a second ago, it's not there anymore, but 14 is the minimum for a personal watercraft to be solo.
14 years old. He's 8. He's obviously way under that. I mean, it just seems so weird that this would be like a full-on story. The New York Post says he's riding solo. Wild video shows a little kid in Florida operating a jet ski all by himself before cops step in and bring him back to shore. Where's your parents? Cops follow the juvenile jet skier back to his dad, questioning him about the ride and about what was going on and what was happening. And for me, I just go, I guess it just doesn't seem like a big deal. Let me see if there were any charges or anything. I'm trying to find, let me get the actual Sarasota story. It says video shows this young kid. You must be 14 years old to operate a personal watercraft in Florida. Officers stopped the boy as he passed by the patrol boat. So the little kid literally drove right by the boat with the cops in it. Florida law defines personal watercraft as a vessel that's less than 16 feet in length. He had just for the record, he has a life jacket on, like a life vest. He's got all his like safety stuff on. So I think he's good to go. And they said as 4th of July weekend arrives, you need to know the kids aren't allowed to do this stuff out there. It doesn't say if he was charged or, oh, no, it does. It says as a result of this incident, the 8-year-old's father will have to appear in court. He's been charged with a 2nd-degree misdemeanor for illegally allowing somebody younger than 14 to operate a personal watercraft.
Now, you said arrested earlier. Did they actually cuff the dad and take him off, or was he just given like a notice to appear?
I think they must have given him a notice to appear, or they haven't said it in any of the stories that I'm seeing. It seems a little bit. I mean, that would be unhinged if they cuffed the dad for something that is. Let's just be honest here. Even if you say, well, the law is the law, Sean, I agree. But like, is it that big of a deal? Is it even a local story big? Is it even is it a national story? Should Canada be like, wow? Beaver Burrito on TNJ chat says, if you're trying to get into a career in racing, you start training in junior karts at 4 years old. You start competing in go-karts at 8 years old. See, like that's totally normal. Totally normal to me. Not weird at all. I remember many times going to the Intercoastal right in Palm Beach, and there were families hanging out everywhere, and there would be little kids on jet skis, no doubt about it. Sea-Doos with little kids cruising around. I don't know. Just doesn't seem that weird to me.
Florida's 14-year minimum age for operating a jet ski was enacted in 1989. And before that, there was actually no minimum age.
Oh, really?
It was a free-for-all.
Little Jackson out there, your son?
I don't know how many jet skis they had, when did jet skis start coming out? Or start being like a thing that people would get?
80s? It feels like an 80s thing.
So
it does.
It says, 14-year minimum age was enacted in 1989, which means I 100% broke that law.
Oh, yeah. I think this is one of those things that everybody just did. Like, I guarantee you in my neighborhood, kids weren't allowed to be on dirt bikes riding them around alone at 8. But where I was, we were not only doing that, but you would use it like you would use a car or something. Schoolblaw says, slow news week. You have no idea. That is 100% why they're diving into stuff like this. On 4th of July weekend, if I went out and I saw an 8-year-old on a jet ski, I would go, okay, seems like he's having a good time. America 250, buddy. See you later. Have a good one. But they're telling you to be alert. Stay on the lookout for these young
whippersnappers.
Whippersnappers. I don't know.
Scallywags.
Yeah, they're bad. They're out there and they're dangerous, everybody. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. That's thenewsjunkie.com. You can also email the show. All you have to do is send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And if you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top. It's very, very easy for you. Okay. We'll get into those. We'll get into your feedback, your reaction, and all that. I have a feeling this is going to be completely split up between city and rural. Like all my rural people who grew up in some sort of rural atmosphere are going to go, this is not weird at all. This is like when people in cities discover they make little guns for kids, like little rifles for kids. And they're like, whoa, they make rifles for kids? And I go, like a 410 or whatever. And they go, yeah, this is a gun for a kid. And I go, you grew up somewhere else. And where I grew up, this wasn't a weird thing. But you tell me how it was where you were. Let us know with a dispatch from thenewsjunkie.com right now. Four-wheelers are okay, somebody says. I mean, to me, four-wheelers were legit. I'm not kidding you. It's not an exaggeration. Four-wheelers were the safest option because they had four wheels on them. Three-wheelers, which I think were... My brother got a three-wheeler.
They
of course,
stopped making those.
Yeah, they literally did. They made them illegal, I think. Can we look that up? Are three-wheelers illegal? Because we had one. It had no brakes, right? You had to downshift to slow the three-wheeler down. And my parents were like, okay, here you go. It gave it to my brother. I wouldn't give it to me. I wanted one so bad.
They're not illegal, but their import and sale are strictly banned in the United States.
That's how dangerous three-wheelers are.
So you would have to build your own three-wheeler.
No,
you
could
find an old one on Craigslist.
Yeah, you could buy old ones.
You said their sale is banned.
A new one.
Maybe lack of government oversight.
It was what are those trader magazines? You know what that is?
Yes.
You familiar?
Yeah, I've seen Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Famous from Joe Dirt, right? Trader magazines.
They want that much for this hammy?
Where you could sell just about anything under the sun. We got one of those. But if you saw a kid riding around on a three-wheeler and he was 8, you'd go, this is unbelievable. That kid should be on a four-wheeler. Like that's how it would be in my neighborhood back then.
I think the four-wheeler also is only the safer option where you grew up because we, the three of us, I don't know about Josh.
I don't either.
We grew up on like flat land where there's barely any terrain that would make a four-wheeler dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we didn't have a bunch of, we had we made jumps and stuff for them, of course.
Wow, you made whoop-de-doos?
We would make like big berm jumps and we would go wild with those.
Is it actually called a whoop-de-doo?
Yeah.
You can call it whatever you want.
In dirt biking culture, it is.
Somebody says the Honda three-wheeler is banned. LOL, that's what we had. Yeah, that's what we had. Isn't a 410 a shotgun? You know what I'm talking about. Kids' guns. It is absolutely like a city person and a rural person, the divide between the two, where city people 1,000% do not understand rural people. I think rural people understand city people more so. Like they could explain their position and stuff, but city people view rural people as like aliens. You've been in a city your whole life. You're like, what are you talking about? Your kids are allowed to shoot guns? You do what? You let your kid drive a truck around a farm on your property at 12 years old? Oh, my God. But when you grow up in that environment, it's totally weird. I mean, it's just totally normal and acceptable. Quick thanks here to the first on our leaderboard for the month of July. Janine with 5 gifted premium subscriptions. Go grab those, gobble them up. And you can unlock secret shows and every other feature in the app or the website. This is how you support the show. It's the best way to do it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and gobble those up. Thanks to Janine. Thank you for the big support, Janine. You could be next. Hit that gift icon. For every single subscription, if you subscribe yourself or gifted subscription, you get to claim a prize. There's stickers, pins, and all of that good stuff. And it's all right there for you at thenewsjunkie.com. Thanks, Janine. Quick break. Back with so much more when we return. One thing I want to talk about was this church that's going viral for a video they put online. This is a blast. I'm going to share that with you. Also, we'll talk about Freddie, the famous World Cup person who came over to America from Germany. And now they're trying to cancel Freddie, and Freddie canceled his account. And, oh, God, I'll tell you what's going on. I'll explain all this nonsense to you and how dumb it actually is. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You can call me Puzzle Master.
Definitely not.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. Let's get these gifted subs in first. Hang tight. Boom! Janine, thank you for those 5 gifted. Thank you so much. You're first on the board. Number 1 with a bullet for the month of July. God bless you. Thank you for the big support. Now, I got to add this into weekends. That was a 12. Wednesday. 11:15. Kid jet ski. 4th of July. All set. How are we doing, chat?
Absolutely crucial it could be for you to have a guy like that mortgage guy, Don, on your side when you're doing a traditional...
I have a question for you. Hang on one sec.
If you are a small business owner, well, that mortgage guy, Don, also does commercial and SBA loans. And if you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 8% or more, it's time to talk to Don. You're paying too much.
I missed this here?
Down, and he probably can do it because he is the best. That mortgage guy, Don, might be able to get you into the 6s if you're qualified. So why not reach out and talk to him and save some money? You can do that at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Where? What? There it is. Okay. Quick question for you, chat. I saw this story today, and it was surprising to me, so I want to see where you're at on this. If you had an opportunity, we have to go into fantasy land here. We snap our fingers, and a genie presents himself to you, and the genie says, would you like to see your own future with complete accuracy, 0 strings attached? Would you say yes or no? 40% of people said no. They would turn down the chance to see their own future with complete accuracy. 36% said they want to know everything, good and bad. Nearly a quarter only wanted the good parts because ignorance is bliss. Just 2% wanted exclusively the bad news. Those are the political people. Those are the doomers. A group that presumably enjoys being right more than being happy. For the 60% who were curious, money came first. 18% said they want to know how rich they become, whether their family ends up happy, how long they'll live, and knowing they'll spend their life, knowing who they'll spend their life with, placed lower than all 3. Wow. So 40% of people did not want to know what their future was, number 1. And then of those who did want to know, they wanted to know how much money they made, more so than they wanted to know who they spent time with. They wanted to know how long they lived, more so than who do they spend time with. That's kind of wild. So I ask you, if I was a genie right now, and I presented myself to you and I said, no strings attached, I can show you your future. Chat, do you say yes or no? No way? Oh, hell no? Nope, I want to be surprised. Nah, I'm in love with the mystery of life. I get that. If I saw my future, I would try to change it. Well, that's the point, that you can't. More no's. Sounds like a good premise for a movie? True. I wonder if he knows it's not updated. What's not updated? Your answer is, I don't know. What is not updated? That's the all-time scoreboard right there. That's this month's scoreboard with 5. That's updating, right? Zephys says, no, it might be depressing. Mega Chat isn't updating? Oh, shit. Hang on. I can sort this out.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive,
I gotta go over here. Hang on.
may help. Ask your doctor if they're
We're coming back in 1 minute.
PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you have World Cup fever? iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026 live and for free. No matter what.
Okay, I think I got it.
You can hear it all on the free iHeartRadio app.
Voting restricted zones keep
Oh, we're coming back right now.
Cup 2026 live and for free. Yes. No matter what team you're cheering for, you can hear it all on the free iHeartRadio app.
Boating restricted zones keep Florida's waterways safe. In idle speed, no wake zones, go just fast enough to steer with no wake. In slow speed, minimum wake zones, stay off plane and create little to no wake, but always stay fully settled in the water. Learn more at myfwc.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
Presented by Capital One.
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Need a new roof or windows? Visit hbnusa.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
dividing all of the internet right now. I'm going to ask you this question in just a moment. We're going to see which side you land on. You can learn more about this show in the world's most viral newsroom over at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, Josh, question for you, okay?
Okay.
And you don't have to go trying to pick this apart. This is what they call a hypothetical, but it's really dividing people in terms of their answer on this. And the question is very simple. If you could, right now, if you snap your fingers and a genie appears, and the genie allows you to see your own future with complete accuracy and zero strings attached, and the genie says, "Are you ready? Would you like to see your future?" Do you say yes or no?
No.
To that question?
Am I
Josh
allowed to
says
do
no.
anything to change it?
No, you cannot do anything to change it, but there are no strings attached. Like, you can see just a little bit, you can see a lot, you can see the good, you can see the bad, or you could completely outright say no, and you could turn down this view of your future crystal clear. And it was crazy to me to see this, C-Lane. Tell me which side you land on here, because 40% of Americans were like, no, I do not. I want nothing to do with knowing what my future looks like.
If I can't change it, I don't know what the point in seeing it is. Like, what if I see it and I'm disappointed, but there's nothing I can do to change it? Like, if I'm allowed to change it and I see my future and it looks like I'm going down a bad path, or it looks like a problem could have been prevented in a certain way. Now we're going into Back to the Future 2 territory here. Something's got to be done about your kids, Marty. But
I would want to know, though. Wouldn't you want to know?
Why? You can't do anything to change anything.
It doesn't matter. I think this. Maybe this doesn't make sense to you guys, but I think if I heard and they were like, you live a nice, long, healthy life, you achieve the level of success that you're looking for, and all goes well, then I would be more happy on the journey there. I would go, wow, that is fantastic.
What if it's
now
bad?
that I know, if it's bad, then there's other ways to handle things. There's
You
good
can't
ways.
change it. No.
I can change it.
You just said you can't change it.
I mean, you
Something
can
would have
change
to
it.
interfere. The gun would jam.
Well, that would be even more hilarious. If you can't at all interfere, and the genie says, you live to the ripe age of 101, Mr. Watson.
You're just doing everything that's dangerous. I am invincible!
Well, I'm going to have a fentanyl sandwich for lunch here. And, well, he survived it. We woke
But
up.
theoretically, you would have, when you saw your future, you would have seen the fentanyl sandwich in your future already.
Yeah.
And know that you lived past it.
But you can look at as little or as much as you want. There are no strings attached.
As much as I want.
I've seen this question in a certain way be asked before, where somebody was like, if somebody could tell you the exact day and time that you're going to die, and there's nothing you could do to change that, what would you do? And one of the top answers was, I would start smoking.
Yeah, why not? You have more fun. That's one thing you could do. You'd be like, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to eat bad food. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I would utilize it for that, because if my life, when I looked at it, when I looked into the future, when I said yes to this genie, if my life looked great, I would be relaxed and I would be happy and I would enjoy the ride more.
Crap.
Then I would just go hog wild. I could tell you this: I wouldn't be exercising as much. I wouldn't be
You're not
eating
exercising
good.
that much now.
I am too. I'm trying. This is just
sorry.
The results aren't as good as I'd like them to be.
Confusing you for me.
In the future, things might be better, but I wouldn't know if I didn't take a peek. Here's the story. A surprising number of Americans on the 4th of July weekend say they would say no to seeing their future. If you were given the opportunity to know your entire future, would you want to? 39%, almost 4 out of 10 of Americans would turn down the chance to see your own future with complete accuracy, even with zero strings attached. This was 2,500 people they asked about this. Nearly a quarter of the people only wanted the good parts, because ignorance is bliss. Just 2% wanted exclusively the bad news. Those people you know exactly who those people are. Those are all like the doomers and the weirdos and all the very political people that just tell me all the bad stuff. I don't want to know anything good. For the 61% who were curious, if they could ask any question about their future, the first thing was, how much money did I make? That's it. That was the question they asked. The first thing was 61% said, money, tell me how much I make. 18% say, 18% say they want to know if their family ends up happy. Third, they want to know how long they'll live. So that was the third one. Like, okay, will I be happy? How much money will I make? How long will I live? And fourth place was, who will I spend my life with? So people wanted to know all those other things more so than, will I be with my wife or my husband at the end of this journey, or will I be with somebody else? They didn't care.
Well, they might be alone right now, and they're wondering if anyone's ever going to come along for them.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to know anything, Josh. You wouldn't even want to know just like how old you get to be.
Oh, no, dude.
Oh, my God.
I don't need to put an expiration date on this hot bod.
I would want to know. I think the world would
feel
improve.
like a prison sentence, you know?
Exactly.
When you find out you're going to live till 81, and then you're like, well, guess I got to do some stuff before that.
Why would that be But why would that be a prison sentence, Elaine? Why would that be bad?
Because you're just knowing.
Here's what I think. I think if we all were walking around, like say you walked around your neighborhood later today, Elaine, all your neighbors are out and all that stuff. If you saw above your neighbor's head a pop-up display, a digital pop-up display over your neighbor's head or anybody that you saw outside in public with a countdown of how long they had left to live, are you going to tell me it wouldn't alter how human interactions were? Like somebody cuts you off in traffic and they're honking their horn at you and you look over and you're about to do that middle finger, but you see, oh, they only have 60 days left. Oh, God. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to be easier on
them. Yeah, probably because they're driving like an ass.
I think that's how they die.
Yes.
It could be. You're not totally wrong there. It could be that. I think it would change
What if it was
how
minutes?
things work.
some guy just cuts you off, tearing ass down the highway,
and you're just
and
idiot.
there's like a minute and a half left.
Well, all you have to do is look around you at everybody else's heads-up display to see how long they have, and you can kind of sort the thing out. But if yours says, the time is ticking, lining up with his, you know what's going on. I don't understand not wanting to know the future, though. I certainly would. Most people seem to, but 40% of you said, no, hell no, I don't want to know. You let us know what you think. What decision would you make? This argument that has split up people on
Facebook,
all the social
Instagram,
medias.
Twitter, y'all see this?
Weigh in here today. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. There you go. I thought that was interesting. We're spinning something out of nothing. It is absolutely a news rut where there's not much crazy viral stuff going on. But I'm still enamored by all these things that I see every day. So I have to share it with you and see what you guys think about
When you were going hypothetical, I thought you were going to go with the one that I saw yesterday.
What's that?
Where it was like, if you had to decide, if you like were talking to some wizard or something, and the wizard was going to kill everybody except people that had this first name, but you get to live too.
Yeah.
What first name would you pick? And I read it wrong. I thought he was going to kill everybody with that first name, and I was like, why are so many people picking their mother? This whole thread hates their mother, but no.
Wait. If you pick one name and they save that name?
Yeah, and everybody else dies.
Oh.
Ooh. It's going to be me and a lot of women.
All with the same name. Yeah.
So if I pick Courtney, then Courtney lives, and all the Courtneys live.
And you.
And I live.
Yes.
And everybody else dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? So if you don't pick your significant other, then you're in a whole boatload of trouble, obviously, right? I mean,
they won't be around to
that's true.
To punish you for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, they will though in real life, C-Lane, which is that's where the problem exists. All right, quick break. We'll get back to you and your thoughts. We have to get to Freddie, the World Cup fan from Germany, canceled? No, we're not doing this anymore. I'm going to defend this guy, obviously, and we'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Monsters, the News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show. All broadcasting live from Mount Dora, July 3rd. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a serious accident blocking northbound and southbound lanes on State Road 415 at Ashby Cove Lane. All northbound lanes are still blocked on Orange Blossom Trail before Gore Street. Use
Welcome behind the scenes, boy. If you could only hear the stuff that we say. You're in a tough one, yeah. That's true. That's true. Welcome behind the scenes, folks. If you only heard the stuff that we don't have on the microphones. My word. That makes the world off be confusing with everybody named Courtney. Is Courtney they're sure which one? Should we call somebody? Elder of Rock says, that makes the world off be confusing with everybody named Courtney. Is Courtney, they're sure which one. Is there a retard translator that can sort that out? That makes the world off be confusing. With everybody named Courtney, is Courtney, they're sure which one. Baker act that guy? I mean, are you okay? I don't know what to make of that. No, it's the gay of Hormuz right now because it's not Pride anymore. I don't even know where that came from. Sean, what did I do? What did I do? A couple of minutes and we're back live. We got to get to this church. We got to get to Freddie, the German World Cup fan. They're trying to cancel him for the dumbest of reasons. Elder of Rock follows up. Okay. That would make the world awfully confusing with everybody named Courtney. Voice to text sucked. Thank you for the clarification. Let's hear it for Elder of Rock. All right, hang on. Stand by. Wow, I thought this guy was down and out. I thought he was down and out, but you can't hold a good man down. You can't do it. You know him, you love him. He's on the board for the month of July. Sun State John with 17. Count them. 17 gifted subs. Holy cow, I'll have to put that down on my list here. Sun State John times 17. Wow. Unbelievable. Go grab those. They're available for you over on thenewsjunkie.com. Looks like there's about 10 left on Sun State John 17. 90 seconds and we're back live. Big thanks for the support, Sun State John and Janine. I want to have a talk with you about support during the next break here and what this actually means. Just because I really want to sink that in. I'll tell you a little bit about the behind the scenes stuff. Stand by.
Restaurants for your hardworking team, even on weekends. With EasyCater, you'll find great options for any group size and any shift, with tools to help meet dietary needs, stay on budget, and simplify expenses. All backed by our award-winning 24/7 support. EasyCater, your Monday through Sunday workplace food platform. Start an order for your weekend crew at easycater.com.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan. iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Team France is headed to the round of 16 after a 3-0 win over Sweden. Kylian Mbappe scored twice and became the all-time leader in World Cup knockout round goals.
Mbappe, 2 great goals for him. He's gone level with Messi, and France are safely through.
France meets Paraguay in the next round. Coming up tonight, Team USA takes on Bosnia-Herzegovina in the round of 32 in Santa Clara.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Story time with the best friends you never knew you had. This
Second here. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. It's so good to have you on board. Forget the same 3 songs over and over. Let's hang out every single day and go through all things viral. Big conversations, fun action, and more so than anything, we keep you way ahead of everybody else. You're going to hear it here now, and everybody else will be talking about this in like a week or two. So if you want to stay on top of things, everything happening on planet Earth, the News Junkie is for you. Go subscribe to the podcast if you miss anything on the website. We've been chronicling, and we started doing it before everybody else. As you can imagine, we started doing this first. We were chronicling this guy, Freddie, who is from Germany, who made his way to the United States of America for the World Cup. It's been one of the fun things about the World Cup, certainly for me. I'm not really a soccer fan, but I have loved to see all of these tourists from all over the world look at the United States of America through fresh eyes and appreciate all these things that so many of us Americans have just gotten used to or forgot to care about in quite some time. I happen to think that's good. I want to see Americans come together on the basis of America as a country is an overall good force. People who think America bad is an entire identity and that's your entire thought on the world, the lens through which you view things, are some of the most boring people in the world. I want everybody to come together and say, hey, we can all make America even better. And I like to see it through these people's eyes. Freddie from Germany was one of these people. Now, Freddie from Germany has shut down the Twitter/X account.
Why?
That made him so famous as he was traveling the country. People were, there was so much stuff. They were putting signs on the welcome sign for their state as he arrived. The companies, the airlines were falling over themselves trying to fly this guy to different locations. He got to go inside the space capsule that just came back from the moon. He got to do everything. He was getting the ultimate VIP experience in the United States of America. But now he has deactivated his account. And this story says, Freddie from Germany went viral on X for sharing his experiences traveling the World Cup. He's been getting love from all corners of the internet until Reddit doxed him and discovered he opposed racism against white people. He since faced attacks from the left-wing mob, forcing him to delete his account. These people ruin everything, they say. And this person shows some screenshot. I guess this is something that people dug up from his account history. And it says, racism can be directed toward any racial or ethnic group, and whites are definitely a racial group, which is just true. I'm sorry if that makes you mad or if you think that's radical, if something has happened to you that you're put off by. That's just accurate. That's just true that racism can be directed towards any racial or ethnic group, and whites are definitely a racial group, which is what Freddie said, I guess, in that tweet that they found to be oh so controversial. Freddie posted this. He posted it on Instagram, apparently. I think that's what I'm looking at. The guy who wowed the world. Now they're trying to cancel him. He says, hey, everybody, just wanted to let you know why I deactivated my account. Number one, this was the plan all along, even before we started the World Cup trip. Number two, too many people seem to have a problem with us having a genuinely good time here in America. And this is ruining the fun a bit for us because we really just wanted to document our road trip and never expected that people would have a problem with it. Pause. I'll pause here. Like the idea that there were people in that category of just saying like, I hate this guy. This guy's having fun in America and I have a problem with that. Those are the people we need to boo off the stage. Those are the people who have had the microphone for way too long. Those are the losers that have really monopolized a lot of conversations. And the idea that anybody would be interested in finding the negative in this just shows you how lame some of these people are. Number three, he says, people are digging into my 22,000 posts on this platform to find a handful that are, in their opinion, controversial and post them with zero context to make me look like a bad person. He says, also, I've seen that some people are upset that it's not our first time in the United States of America, which is surprising to me, Freddie says, because I even replied to somebody at the beginning of the trip that I've been here before. I can understand it seemed like that for many because of our reactions to the stuff we saw, which is because we've never been to any of the places we visited. It was for all of us our first time in the South. I've only been to the main tourist places like New York, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. So that was another thing. So it doesn't really have to be about this left-right stuff. I think that's probably like a tiny fraction of people. But there was a bunch of weirdos who were saying, Freddie is a liar. Freddie has been to America before, and he's just pretending like he's excited by all of this stuff. Freddie is a fraud. Somebody in chat earlier was even like, Freddie is a fraud. He's saying that he's been to the United States. He's been to New York City or L.A. or Las Vegas in a trip that he went on, but he's never been to any of these places that he was visiting. And that's why he was sharing his honest reaction of visiting the southeastern United States of America for the first time. But nobody could take that. It's like constantly a quest by this tiny, squeaky, annoyingly loud minority of people that want to get upset by something that just was for quite a long time absolutely a positive, a net positive thing. Big Dog Millionaire says, why do trolls get so much attention? I'll tell you why. because they're still at least somewhat effective. That's the problem. They're still at least somewhat effective until more people say enough with this nonsense, until more people say, who cares? You dug up some tweet that you didn't like. Kiss my ass. Imagine that somebody disagrees with you on planet Earth. My God, mind your own business, right? All of these old things we used to say when we were younger, but now it's suddenly it's been lost into society somewhere for these random people. So the reason it gets attention is because they're still effective. People still listen to them. And honestly, I think the more people start booing those folks, the more people start downvoting wherever you have the possibility to do that tiny revolt, downvoting those stupid comments, the better off we'll be. I really think we've made a lot of progress in the last couple of years on not caring about this stuff, but we need to make even more. So I hope Freddie comes back to social media. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think there's anything bad about what he's posted at all. And I think people are desperate and weird. And they're the same kind of doomers that when offered a chance to look at their future with no strings attached would say no. All right? Those are the same kind. Said no to that.
So did I.
Oh, both of you. I forgot both of you said.
I don't care that Freddie's been here before and then he got excited about a rural community or something.
Some of your friends and the I don't want to see the future group probably feel that way. You know, it just feels like maybe that's the bent they might head on in this situation. But whatever. Freddie's off the internet, I think. Hold on, maybe just make sure he's not back up. Maybe he saw some support.
A yeser thing.
But. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think he's gone. I think his account. Oh, God, look what happens. It's Freddie. This account doesn't exist. He went from nobody to an incredibly big figure. People were watching, chronicling the World Cup, to deleted.
This is the second saddest I am losing a Freddie. Mercury's always first.
Oh,
Mercury,
yeah, that's true. He was much more. He was better. Now, Freddie Krueger's a bad guy, Josh. Yeah,
but C-Lane was sad about it, he said.
Oh, yeah, he probably could have been. Let's see what you have for us. Send us your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. We appreciate
They don't all have to
feedback.
be mad dispatches about how Josh is pro Freddie Krueger.
Yeah, well,
a couple
they
of them can
be.
be.
Just saying, Johnny Depp kind of had it coming.
Here's somebody following up to what C-Lane said earlier. What up, junkies? Going back to your thought about saving a group of people based on their first name. Food for thought. Let's say you want to make the population as close to male and female as you can get. What name would you say that would keep the most males and females alive?
When I first read this, I hadn't even considered a name that would be androgynous like that.
For people who are just tuning in, explain what we're talking about.
Somebody had a Ask Reddit or something that was like, if you were told by some wizard or genie or being that the next name that you say will be the only first name that remains in the world. Everybody else dies that doesn't have that name. So say we picked Chris, and everybody not named Chris is gone. Goodbye. Right. And you get to stay. So, like, you don't have to pick your name.
If you picked Chris, that would be very selfish.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you get to stay.
I get a free pass, but I still think just a world of Chris's. But, and like, I didn't read through a lot of the comments because I was busy, but people were saying my mother, my child, this and that. And not a lot of people did what some of the people on the texting service are doing, where it's like, hey, if you want to, repopulate the planet, you should probably think of a name that is shared between genders, which Chris can be, Sam, Pat, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I guess I would still have to pick Ashley because there's, Parker Angel could help me repopulate.
Right. Sean could work too. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if spellings matter. Like if you say Sean, do you have to say SHAWN? Or you say
would still mean girls.
SEN?
The first Sean that I knew ever was a girl that spelled her name that way.
Yeah.
And the one that I talk to every day is a girl who spells her name that way.
I knew that was coming. I knew it couldn't just end where you ended it. I knew that wasn't going to be a thing.
I see what you're saying, because would scenes be included in that?
Yeah. I'm not sure. But
or SHUN?
Or Shouns?
We'll chew on this for a little bit. We'll see what we can come up with. Thank you for the email. Somebody saying what these people have started doing to Freddie from Germany is exactly why people outside of the U.S. had such a negative view of the United States before the World Cup even started, which is partially true. Right. Yeah. It's like the negativity on display, this self-hating, so much self-hating, weird stuff like that going on, where I think most people just go, you know what? I think this is pretty cool. I like this. I'm not saying that I put any weight into anything that this guy has posted previously in his life. I just don't care. I care about him experiencing the United States and it being kind of fun for everybody else to watch. That was the beauty of the whole situation. And now his account is gone, for God's sake. Hopefully it comes back soon. We'll see what you think about that and so much more. Send your dispatches, your emails, and all the rest over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. Should we work in a dispatch? Do we have time or should we take a break?
Up to you, man. The world is your oyster.
Let's see. Somebody says, this is my beautiful daughter months after riding on the back of a four-wheeler. She looks like she's in the hospital. We were talking about jet skis and four-wheelers. Yeah, it looks like she's not doing so great. This is my beautiful daughter months after riding on the back of a four-wheeler with her 13-year-old cousin. He wanted to show off and almost cost her life. But she's a soldier. She's doing amazing today. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Savannah. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope you feel better out there. Here's somebody trying the goal thing. I don't know if I want to hear that. I don't know.
For a minute?
That super long goal reminded me of that Bugs Bunny cartoon where Bugs Bunny pretends to be the conductor and the opera singer holds the note so long that the venue comes crashing down around him. And he's still holding the note till a piece of rubble knocks him out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think of that at all. But I see what you're saying.
You are in the minority because I definitely thought of the Bugs Bunny.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was so commonly held in people's minds.
Josh?
Yep, totally.
No, you guys are lying now. You're
Why
just
would
lying.
we lie about that? That's so specific.
You lie about all kinds of weird specific
You don't
things.
know what I lie about.
That's true. Well, I could guess. Here's Alien with a dispatch.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Alien here. Great secret shows last night.
Thanks.
You guys are crazy and fun. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't tuned in.
He's reading a script. I just sent him the script for the day.
I'm glad he got your email.
You guys are crazy and fun. I love it.
Yeah. Totally not doing this off a script right now, but you guys are the wildest. You're so crazy,
Hey,
so
junkies.
fun. Do
Alien
subscribe.
here. Great secret shows last night.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are crazy and fun.
Tell me more.
I highly recommend anybody who hasn't tuned in to the secret shows, check it out. Either claim a free sub,
subscription,
or better yet, subscribe. And it's fun. Looking forward to Friday live show.
Me too, friend.
Gonna be great.
Me too. And big thanks
Later.
to. I thought he was down and out. I thought he's been at the doctor's office and not doing so well. But Sun State John is on the board for the month of July with some big support. 17 gifted subscriptions over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you for that so much. There's a handful left you can claim right now, or you could just sign up to support the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, I got to get into this thing that there's a church that's getting a backlash that we need to talk about. There's a lot of different things we need to go over. And also, the whole thing was a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax, and we knew it the whole damn time. We called it again. What's happening? The details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
All of the things that I think are pretty on women, I want in my mouth. 100%.
Yeah, well.
Stop marking everything today, Angel. Take away his machine.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Constructions.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Long live Freddie. Absolute loser behavior. Searching to cancel and go after people like that. Mark says we did have fun last night. Thanks, Mark. Mark, I did too. We'll get into the hoax story in just a moment on the show, which I think is very interesting. We got 2 people on the leaderboard already, including Sun State John, who says he's blind in my left eye, my retina detached. Sun State John, are they going to have to do the thing where they put you on one of those beds where you have to stay still because you can't move around too much? If so, I could put you in contact with somebody who's been through that. It's tough. He says 91% success rate, 9% chance I lose the eye, kind of scared. Yeah, hang in there, buddy. We're rooting for you, Sun State John. We're rooting for you. That's rough. But I've heard somebody who went through the same thing, and they are completely fine right now. Like, they are totally fine. So that's good news. Anecdotally. I think Freddie's just a sore loser. Now he has a bunch of tickets and time off to watch a team that got sent home Monday. Maybe. I mean, I think he was watching all sorts of teams play, right? But Germany did get sent home. And I watched the Mexico game last night. It was pretty fun, actually. I watched a little bit of it. Again, we got 2 people on the leaderboard already for the month of July. Perhaps you're next, we shall see. Oh my God. Update. Hang tight. And then I want to talk to you a little bit. You timed that last second? Craig K with a 10 gifted subscriptions. Craig, thank you so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. It's a huge, huge help in supporting the show through subscribing or gifting means everything. Here's why. All right? I'll talk to you a little bit about the future of the show. And there are a lot of different ways you can do this job that I do. And you can focus on, as I kind of told you in some previous announcements, sales and like hyper-focusing on keeping the sales staff happy, making sure that they want to work with you and sell ads on your show. You can make maybe like, you might be able to double the amount of money you make in radio if you really hyper-focus on pleasing the sales staff and keeping them happy. They tend to go to the people who do that. And that's where they send a lot of the advertisements and stuff. There's also other ways you could do things. You could kiss the ass of management in the suits and hope that rockets you up to the top of the industry or something. I don't see a ton of people having too much success like that. But the third thing you can do is the category that I'm choosing. And it's focus on content over everything. The show comes first, the people come first, content over everything. I.e., you're going to make me leave the show in the middle of it. I'm going to do as little as I have to. I'm going to go to that event, and then I'm going to turn that event into a thing I'm going to play on the radio for the listeners, because the content, not the suits, not the sales, not any of those people, the content and you, the audience, are what matters. So in doing this, you can irritate a lot of people. You can irritate the suits. You can irritate the salespeople. God knows I've irritated the salespeople. I did a speech on Monday before the show in front of the salespeople. Some of them were very, very nice. I saw a lot of people with faces that were just like staring at me. So I'll try, as I always do, to keep everybody happy. But the best way to support this show, to show the company how much you support this show, is to subscribe to Secret Shows or gift subscriptions. That money comes in through the company, but they only get to keep a tiny, tiny little single-digit processing fee. All right, the rest goes to everybody on the show. That's how it works. They see the money coming in, and then it goes right away from them. So they see the support coming from you. It is the way you can support this show in the most effective way. And the beauty is, all of you gifting and subscribing to Secret Shows, well, when the contract is up, when everything breaks free, When it's time to go independent, then iHeart gets none of that money, and we continue on with what we're doing. That's why if I focus on content, I need you to focus on supporting the show. And I've seen some of you do it, and I'm so freaking happy about it. It just makes my heart warm. I appreciate all of you so much. So thank you for that. We're coming back.
Thousands off and a lifetime warranty.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand.
And they all must go before the 4th of July. Just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. That's RCHill.com.
25 Outlander Sport, $5,000 down, $249 a month for 84 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag entitled to qualified buyers.
On News World Podcast, we're celebrating America's 250th birthday. And I asked my guests how they're spending their 4th of July. Brett Baer.
I'll be in Washington because it's a big, big day.
Jared Isaacman.
I plan to be flying an F-5 fighter jet painted in Freedom 250 colors, along with 4 other fighter jets flying over the nation's capital.
Listen to News World on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow News World and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
See you, the News Junkie is on. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. And you can learn more about the show, of course, over at thenewsjunkie.com. Sealand abandoned us?
Yeah, he's gone.
Where the hell did he go?
I don't know.
My God, this guy. He, in the middle of the show, gone out of here, just leaving Josh and I.
Vaporized.
And we don't, maybe, is he in the bathroom? Do you have any clues as to where he went? Did he say anything or no?
He's a mysterious guy.
Can you see him out there in the hallway?
There he is.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what's going on here. Oh, he's back. He's putting his headphones on.
I think you know
right
what's
now.
going on, guys. You don't have to make this. You don't have to do this dance every time.
Don't tell me what's going on. Tell the people what's going on. I was just having a conversation about them on how, to us on this show, the audience is the most important thing. All right. All right, I'll explain in a second here, but from your perspective, I'm sure you agree the audience is incredibly important. That's why we get to do this great job here.
100%.
So explain to them where you were at.
I was in the bathroom.
Okay, number 1 or number 2?
What do you think?
I don't know. It might have been a long number 2. Number 1 could have been number 1.
I'll say this: Josh and I went to the bathroom at the same time.
Okay.
Josh returned in time for the break to end and content to begin, and I was a little tardy.
Josh, thank you for being professional.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Everybody else who actually cares about the audience knows that you have to squeeze and go. You squeeze.
I know, especially 3 days a week. It's nerve wracking.
You have to.
There's 2 days a week where I can actually bring my phone with me while I do this.
Is that why you do it? On days when Josh is here, you're like, I got a little more time.
I tend to poop at work more often when Josh is here.
It makes sense.
Is that why? Is this a double-edged sword? Is that why it takes so long? Because you've been holding it up for 3 days to wait for Josh to get here?
No, I do it at home sometimes.
Sometimes.
Then you drop a full, what is it, Bono or a Keurig?
It's 8 Keurigs.
You drop 8 Keurigs? And okay. All right. We just wanted to know. We just want to make sure everything's okay. He's back, folks. He's back. I was talking with the audience, and I said, we're at sort of this pivot point here with the show. And I was talking for quite a while about the rundown of my contract, which, by the way, they haven't even gotten me the final contract now. I'm in a short extension at the moment because there was an issue with the contract, but it's coming on down the pike and it'll be retroactive. And we're in a sprint here for 3 years, right? 3-year deal with iHeart. It's the last deal probably I'm going to make with corporate radio. And I sat there and I tried to look at my career and I said, there are 3 paths that you can take as a broadcaster, and they're good for different reasons. One is you can kiss the suit's ass. You can kiss management's ass. You can bend over backwards for management in the suits at every turn and try to be like a company man and do all of those things. I've had portions of my life where I tried to do that, where I thought that was going to work out and get me somewhere. I've become a little jaded over time because I'm like, when you do that and then it doesn't help you get where you're going, then it really makes you not want to do that anymore, right? And the only thing that really does get you the momentum that you're looking for is success through your audience, which brings me to my option in a bit here. The second option, besides kissing the suit's ass in radio, is kissing the ass of the salespeople. And honestly, it's an okay strategy. If you just want to make money, if you're done, if you're just putting your time card in every day and getting the show done, in radio, it's a decent strategy. You go around, you talk to all the salespeople, and you hyper serve them, and you spend more of your time sort of talking with all those folks and the suits and stuff to make sure like the business end of your job is locked in. It's fine. It's a strategy. It's just not a strategy I'm going to take. You know, I do stuff like I told you not that long ago. I don't know how long ago it was where I tried to explain how I try to keep everybody happy. I try to keep the bosses happy. I try to keep iHeart management happy, the suits happy. I try to keep everybody on the show happy. I try to keep my partner happy. I try to keep everybody happy. All right? I try to like juggle this to keep everybody happy. It's incredibly difficult. All right? I try to keep the audience happy. So you have to pick one of these roads to go down. So for me, the road is the audience with a focus on content. That's all I care about. I care about doing the show here every day, making it fun, hopefully, so you enjoy it, so it brings you through your day, and focusing on content first as opposed to spending all my time doing this other stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I do try to make everybody happy. I went in on Monday, got up on the stage in front of a sales meeting with all of the salespeople.
And he kissed all of their asses.
And I said, do you know what I said? I said, I didn't say anything negative. I know Jack Bradshaw in particular probably thought I was going to say some negative things.
So brave of you.
I didn't say anything negative, Josh. I went up there and I was like, here's why the show is great. Here's why our audience is amazing. I said, here's why I do the show out of my own studio. I explained that to them as well. And then I said flat out, if it's important to you to see somebody around this office all the time, C-Lane is here every day that we do the show. Go to whatever clients you have, bring them to C-Lane. Here you go. Give him. He'll do a great job. He'll do an immensely good job and keep everybody happy, and that'll work out for you. And I said, for me, I try to show through doing. I have some great clients that we've worked with for a very long time. I love them. I love the sponsors of the show, like a Mills Air or JustCallMo.com. I love them, but I can't be doing more stuff for the salespeople and the suits people than I am for you. That doesn't make any sense to me. It just maybe it's how my brain is wired. It just literally doesn't make any sense to me. So
this
that's
guy
why
doesn't want to do this stuff.
I mean, that stuff will make me more money. And they know it, right? Like there's a weird power balance at the workplace where the salespeople will literally bring the money to the people that they have closer relationships with. It's a weird power imbalance. Nobody wants to address this. Nobody wants to talk about it. I just know it's the reality of the situation. I care more about you and the content that I'm doing every single day. That's why when you hear us talking about big support from somebody who gifts subscriptions, like thank you to Craig with the 10 gifted premium subscriptions.
Craig.
Over on the website, you can claim those. Or those of you who subscribe to Secret Shows, that is directly supporting this show. All right? The company sees it. It comes in, but they only get to keep a tiny, tiny, tiny processing amount. It's how they can see the support this show gets. And if we move away from corporate radio, guess what follows right along with it? All of you folks who are supporting. So you build it up on the way out if you want to eject in the best way possible. Right now, we're building. We're building, baby. And I thank you for all listening to this show, for hanging out with us, for supporting us, because it makes it worthwhile to have salespeople who aren't thrilled with me, who kind of look up at me and don't seem like they're happy with their relationship with me because I'm not tap dancing enough. I want to work with them. I like them. I don't know how much it's going to work because my focus is with you and with content in general, and it's just going to stay that way. All right, that's just the way it is around here. So now you know what's going on a little bit behind the scenes. Now we have to tell you, and I want you to brace yourself, that it was all a hoax. It was all a hoax. According to the federal government, it was all a hoax, all a lie. all of those notes that were sent to TMZ were fake, ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
I cannot believe it, but that's what the story says.
Isn't this kind of good news for the people who said they bungled the ransom by only sending $152?
Yeah. That was another thing
they were kind of eating crow a little bit by saying that, because they were like, we think we may have messed this up and we didn't pay the ransom right, because we were hoping to get him on the hook with the $152 so we could see where they whisked it off to.
But you know how excited they were every time they got one of these notes.
TMZ? Hell yes.
And all we were saying the entire time was like, these are fake. These are obviously fake. TMZ knows they're fake. They're from some crazy person who's sending them in who has nothing to do with this. And that crazy person is
Josh Fowler.
What? Emailing them. That would be there's a bombshell for you.
Surprise.
He looks innocent. Take a look at him, folks. He looks innocent. But he's not. He perhaps is. No, he's not the suspect. But cartoon villain. The series of alleged
I like
ransom
the
notes.
juxtaposition of you rubbing your hands on screen next to the picture of the missing Guthrie. Like,
you'll never know.
Like when I played the plane song and then showed the plane burning.
This says, let's go over to Reuters for it. I'll jump away from TMZ. FBI determines Nancy Guthrie kidnapping notes were fakes, according to a source. All three of the kidnapping-related messages that have surfaced in news media reports about the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's elderly mother have been deemed by feds to be fake communications. We said it the whole time. We knew it the whole time. You knew it the whole time. Finally vindicated. The FBI assessment of inauthenticity pertains to the two ransom notes reported in early February, days after 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie vanished, and a third, more recent message from someone claiming to know the kidnappers' identities. None of the ransom notes are believed to be genuine, the FBI told Reuters. A second law enforcement source familiar with the matter confirmed the FBI assessment of the ransom notes. Now, that does not get rid of the original two. All right, the original two, one was making a demand. They've deemed that one to be successful and real, successfully sent by the people who kidnapped her, I guess I should say. And the second one was the one where they said that she had died and they buried her out in nature. In nature, I think is what they used. Some kind of word like that. But yeah, though all those other notes that were coming out that everybody was frothing over, that TMZ was saying there's another demand and blah, 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 blah. All of them were fake, according to the FBI. They have not revealed how they ruled out these were fake, but they have determined that they are indeed fake. And the whole thing was a hoax being sent around, as you knew and we knew and everybody else knew at the time. Okay, I still got this church thing to get into. We'll probably do that in the next hour, at the top of the hour. And I also have to get into, I don't know how they're going to do this, but there's talk now after the Supreme Court ruling yesterday. There was some interesting Supreme Court rulings. There was a lot of stuff that they ruled on. One, which was against the wishes of the Trump administration, was for birthright citizenship. And in the founding documents of this country and in cases throughout Supreme Court history, it has been proven to be a constitutional right that if you somehow get your way into the United States of America, sneak through, get in here, you're illegal, whatever. If you have a child and the child is born in the United States of America, it's the great American birth loophole, and that child is an American. That child is an American citizen, and the Supreme Court verified that. Now, I guess worried about birth tourism getting even more popular, now the United States is, quote, taking a hard look at banning pregnant people from visiting the United States of America. Now, I don't know exactly how they would pull this off, and I have a lot of questions, but we will definitely look into that as the show rolls on as well. When we come back, though, the hot sheet with C-Lane is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. I've seen a couple of messages on chat about this. And I'm starting to look at what's going on here. 2 people have climbed to the top of the spire on top of the Empire State Building. They have unfurled a flag on top of the spire on the very top of the Empire State Building. It looks to me like a couple, which is crazy. You know, the couple that climbs together stays together. It looks like a couple, a guy and a woman. They are 1,454 feet above the ground right now. They are holding a banner from the top of the antenna that is on top of the light that is on top of the Empire State Building. That banner reads, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace, they say. That's what's on this flag. Can't even imagine going up there. But I'm hoping that they're skilled in some way. Like they must know how to climb. They must be familiar doing this. The live show's Friday. Bootsy, the live show's Friday, just in case you're wondering. I guess they're starting to climb down now. That's a great sentiment, but a silly way to express it. I mean, it's a great sentiment. It's also sort of the utopian thinking that gets you nowhere, in my opinion. It's like, if we all just love each other and go kumbaya, the world will be better. It's like, yeah, technically. I mean, I get it. Artist vibes, I get it. But I don't know if it's going to work out for you. 2 minutes and we're back live. 2 minutes and we are back live. Hey, crazy drunk cat lady, bird nerd, alien, Angie, hey, know nothing. Good to see you all. Hey, Bob. Yeah, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace, is what their flag is saying right now. I'll show you a couple visuals of that in just a moment on the show. We're back in 90 seconds. 90 seconds, and we're back live. Uh-oh, stand by. Wait, is that no? Those must be the ones I've done, right? Hold on. Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight. What's this? Hang on. It's a dog, but they could do with extra players. Stand by. She's going for the ball. After a pause. All right, we're good. We're good.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them.
It looks like there's one gifted subscription available. Oh, yeah. I think there might be one left. We'll get some of your dispatches here in a moment. And before the hot sheet, I'll show you what's going on with these folks on the Spire. Stand by.
Youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
Presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
It's going to be one wild weekend. Are you ready?
Brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile.
proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Get that This Is My Song feeling only at Metro.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler. Courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Radio 104.1.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
On the show, don't forget live show on Friday. We're just 2 days away from a live show. It's going to be absolutely insane. We're doing the Quattro at the live show. It's going to be like the Ocho on Channel 8. Or what is it? ESPN's the Ocho.
ESPN the Ocho.
Yeah, ESPN the Ocho.
Channel 8.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what channel it is. ESPN, whatever channel that is. We're going to be doing our version of this with 4 newly invented, in many ways, sports that you will be able to participate in. They are fun. It's going to be insane for you to watch and listen to, and you can take part. We're going to have $500 as a prize for our winner, and you get prizes for the first 3 rounds. So the grand prize winner who wins the whole thing will get a whole bunch. You're going to go home nice and loaded up with some money, and that's courtesy of JustCallMo.com.
Many of you will go home nice and loaded.
Yeah, if you don't get loaded up with cash, you will be loaded with just the drinks. Mount Dora is where we're at. Whiskey Kitchen is the venue on Friday for those of you here locally. For everybody else, join us along on this station. You'll be able to hear the broadcast or watch on youtube.com/The News Junkie. Real quick before the hot sheet, the world seems to be tuning into this. It looks like a couple to me.
Yeah,
on
it is.
top of the Empire State Building. A couple on the top of the spire, on the antenna on top of the light that the planes see on the Empire State Building, unfurling this black flag. And it looks to be a young couple. I mean, this is the most dangerous thing in the world that they're doing up there. But they are up there with this flag. I'll tell you what the flag says in just a moment. As everybody watches, I think they made their way down a little bit since that particular moment. Is this them climbing down?
They're on the
stunned,
platform,
for lack of a better word.
Are they?
Like this. I think this is the time you'd want to do it. The city, all eyes focused on the city for American 250 celebrations. We just finished with the Knicks championship. There's talk of Taylor Swift's wedding going off here.
There's a lot
You've got
happening in the
World
city.
Cup.
Yeah,
So you
and now they got this couple there on top of the Empire State Building. Now, the thing that they had, let me see if I can bring this back up. The flag that they unfurled said, somebody says it was a marriage proposal?
Yeah.
Oh, my
The
God.
guy
did
proposed to her, and she took a picture of the ring on her finger.
You're right. Look. He proposed on top of the scaffolding on top of the Empire State Building. So they're obviously filming all of this.
So you win. He wins. He wins.
Congratulations. Ain't nobody beating that.
Gosh.
The flag that they unfurled says, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. That is the banner that they flew as they climbed on top of this. 1,454 feet above the ground. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. We'll see if they get in trouble when they come down from that. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The nonsense news, the top 5 stories brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And we bid a farewell to one of these guys here. Oh, it's the wrong guy. Village People.
Oh,
the Village People.
People.
That's right. Lead singer Victor Willis has died at the age of 74. The Dallas-born musician died as a result of a short but aggressive illness, according to his wife, Karen, who announced on her Facebook page on Wednesday, which would have been his 75th birthday. Just missed the 75th birthday.
Damn.
The group achieved worldwide fame in the 1970s with the hits like you just heard, YMCA, In the Navy, and Go West. I don't know that I would know Go West by the Village People.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
How's it go?
Go West. Go W-E-S-T. It's a go. It's
think
just
they just spell
yeah.
stuff all the time?
I don't think they know how to do it any other way.
YMCA also.
Yeah, everything is. All the things that they
West,
did.
you little gay boy. I said go West.
That's how they did it.
He left the group twice in the 1980s and rejoined in 2017, just before the YMCA became one of Donald Trump's favorite songs to dance to during the 2020 presidential election campaign rallies. Trump said it's become a monster hit again 30 years after its original launch. Many singers and groups wanted to get on board at the rallies after all of the attendance records were set. The crowd's enormous, but Victor and the group were there for us right from the beginning. Except the part where he initially asked Trump to stop playing the YMCA. And then went, oh, just kidding. I like all the attention the song is getting and probably some of the money that it's generating. So I think we'll continue to lean in to the popularity of YMCA at the rallies. Noah Kahan. Noah Kahan. He's in the news again. He has another request for his fans. Now, the previous request seemed like a pretty important one.
Yeah.
Noah Kahan wants people at his shows, if they have to poop, to do it in a bathroom, please, and thank you. And not just standing where you are and then removing it from your, like some sort of fecal felon, just sitting there being a terrible, terrible person. Noah Kahan.
Just for the record, the reason he said this was because it happened, in case you're wondering.
Yes, that was a thing that happened. And so he previously asked fans, if you got to do it, please go to the bathroom. Don't just, stand there and do it. And now he has another request. A Vermont road made famous in a Noah Kahan song has become a repeat target for thieves who keep stealing the road sign. I didn't know Noah Kahan had this kind of fan base that would just go to Vermont and go, hey, that road he talks about? Let's take the road sign. But the town of Stratford is a recurring part of the Vermont singer-songwriter's music, and thanks to his rise to stardom, many fans have been visiting the area more and more, some of them taking a piece of the area home that doesn't belong to them, costing the town thousands of dollars. The song The View Between Villages from his hit album Stick Season references Alger Brook Road, and fans have been accused of stealing the sign as a piece of memorabilia. The Stratford Select Board working to figure out how to stop the thefts, and Kahan himself appealing to his fans on social media, please stop stealing it. He offered to pay for the sign's replacement. I can't even think of like other things. I know that there have been some places where there'll be like a mile marker 68.5 or a mile marker 419.5, just so because they'll go, hey, people keep stealing mile marker 420 because it's weed.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard in a long time of like a song being popular enough to do that, especially one that's not even a radio hit. I don't think. I don't know that that's one of his like big ones. I just know that Stick Season song and like one or two others. Katy Perry has had kind of a disappointing week. She just released a single called Watch It Burn, and nobody is doing so, it seems. Katy Perry has fallen off. She's
as bad as Lizzo, because I heard her album like completely bombed.
Oh, you know what? I haven't even looked into Lizzo's new album. But
how'd Katy Perry do?
Well, it says she's been dealt another devastating career blow with the release of this new single, Watch It Burn. It was released on Friday, and it failed to enter the top 200 of Spotify's streaming chart, both globally and in the U.S. Fans have been stunned by the star's career slide, one commenting, people have really moved on with her. She was not that long ago one of the biggest pop stars on earth, but it's performing even worse than Perry's last single, Band-Aids, which debuted at number 101 on the global Spotify chart before dropping off. I don't think either of these songs has broken into the Hot 100 on Billboard either.
Oof. I never heard of that at all.
This is despite Perry promoting the song with a... Heard of what?
Somebody says, my cousin lives on Cooter Road and the sign gets stolen constantly. I can see it.
This is despite Perry promoting Watch It Burn with a big budget music video, festival concerts at Rock in Rio, and Osan do Camino in Spain, where she performed the song for the first time ever. And then those people are pretty much the only ones that have heard it because it is not doing well in the streaming. Meanwhile, Limp Bizkit's Wes Borland says, we're the biggest we've ever been right now.
I believe him.
Bizkit?
Do you believe him?
Yeah.
You're saying Limp Bizkit's bigger now than they were in like the early 2000s?
According to Wes Borland, yes, this is like peak Limp Bizkit time. And I kind of get it. Like, Josh obviously believes him.
Thank you.
It says, I don't know if it's TikTok or nostalgia or what it is, but we've been busy. In the wake of their massive set at this Download Festival and increased popularity online, Wes Borland says they're the biggest they've ever been. They headlined Download Festival for the first time 23 years after they were first meant to, and they have a long history with the festival. They sub-headlined the last day of the 2024 edition, and then now topping the bill, Borland sat down with Gear for Music Guitars channel. That was a good get for that channel. I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
Gear for Music Guitars, as opposed to other guitars, movie guitars. Discussing their growing popularity, the interview compared their success to Korn's with the social media generation earlier this year, latching on to Freak on a Leash, going viral on TikTok. He said, it's crazy. I'm not saying it in a cocky way. I'm saying that we just can't believe how big Limp Bizkit is right now. So congratulations to them. And last but not least, I know nobody's losing a whole lot of sleep over this, but it says sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Harvey Weinstein has had another major health scare, suffering a heart failure while incarcerated on Rikers Island, and they had to take him over to the hospital. He was being held in the Queens jail complex awaiting sentencing in September for a 2025 sexual assault conviction. He has had a bunch of health scares behind bars over the past few years, and in the latest one, he was having a hard time breathing. Authorities rushed him to Bellevue Hospital. He's been receiving treatment there ever since. So maybe this will be the week. Maybe this will be the week.
God bless.
Don't know. Could you imagine what that funeral looks like? Do they even have one?
Nobody is at his funeral.
Quentin
My God.
Tarantino will probably still go.
So, yeah. Somebody says nobody cares. I literally think that would be the sentiment. Most people would be like, oh, no, he died. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, there would be a big good riddance, I think.
Probably.
A collective good riddance from everybody. Hey, if you have a mortgage quote, the number one mistake people make is just saying yes to the first quote. You shop around for so many other things. Why not shop around for your mortgage quote? And you got to do it with an expert like that mortgage guy, Don. Go to his website if you have a quote. Take a picture, upload it to the Compare Quote tab. He will tell you if you're leaving money on the table. It's thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Second half of the show is going to be a wild ride. Stick with us. I'll tell you about this church that made a video that is going viral for all the wrong reasons. I'll play it for you. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio takes over Mount Dora July 3rd. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews still on the roadways where Orange Avenue. On I-4 eastbound at World Drive. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got it.
Hello. Sorry, I made a giant mistake there. I apologize. Huge mistake on my part. I hit the wrong button. I fired off a rejoin blocker. I saw a story that said Katy Perry is considering having a baby with Justin Trudeau, former leader of Canada. And I thought to myself, that's a weird story. Why is that a story? Shouldn't she just talk to him about it? Said Katy Perry considering having baby with Justin Trudeau. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. It's a little strange. Is it that slow of a news cycle right now? Is that how bad things have gotten out there? Hold on tight. Thank you to Cat BH with the 5 gifted premium subscriptions for the News Junkie. Unlock secret shows with yours right now. Available on the website. Thank you, Cat BH. Big Dan. Let's keep that momentum going. Big support coming in today. We got 4 people on the leaderboard already on day 1. I love it. Love it. Don't forget, we're live on Friday, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up, Skomite crew, as to what's going down. So yesterday, Sealand and I were working on some of the equipment for the video setup, which it's a lot for us to do. And the next time and the next time and the next time we do it, it'll be very, very good. But this has a chance to be a pretty cool setup. So we're going to have a 4-camera setup for the live show on Friday. We'll have a wide shot, a crowd shot. We'll have shots of the games for the Quattro that we're doing. And we should have pretty good coverage camera-wise. We're going to try to make sure the audio is as good as it possibly can be for a live remote. But we're going to have to get out there early. And we've got pretty much most of the major stuff that we need ready for Friday. So it should be a good look. You should be able to be transported out there with us. We have 3 rounds to start with. 3 different games that are unbelievable. That anybody, man, woman, big, small, slow, fast, young, old, anybody has a shot in winning. And if you win one of those 3 rounds, you go into the Quattro for the 4th of July. Although the broadcast is on the 3rd. Don't get that confused. The 4th round will be a grueling competition. And if you win, you'll get $500 for Amazon from justcallmo.com. Plus the other rounds have prizes as well. So it's going to be a time.
This is America, the land of opportunity, where dreams
TNJ lags about 5 seconds. What does that mean? First 50 people at Whiskey Kitchen get a 5-second hug from Sean. Oh, no. Will the show be recorded for the website? I can't be there. I'll be traveling for the entirety of the show Friday. The show is always archived in the featured section. So if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, you'll see the stream from each day right on the website. Click that, and that'll fire off the show for you. So you can still watch after, yeah. 90 seconds, and we're back live. All 50 people at once get to hug him? Oh, please no. Please no. To win, you must climb the spire on top of the building. It is nowhere near that hard, but it will be positively fun, and that's what we're on the hunt for. All right, here we go. We're coming back right now, live on the show. Big thanks to Cat BH for the support. Love it. Appreciate it. We're about to roll into the second half of things here. Today's Bobby Bonilla Day, by the way. Bobby Bonilla still gets $1.19 million every July 1st. He's like 60-something years old, I think. Still gets paid, hasn't played baseball in forever. 63 years old. He gets $1.19 million. And he'll keep getting paid till 2035. Crazy.
Tonight, head coach Mauricio Pochettino says the team knows it's do or die.
That game is the final of the World Cup. And if we World Cup capable to go through. The next one is going to be another final of the World Cup.
The match against Bosnia-Herzegovina starts at 8 o'clock Eastern. The winner takes on the winner of today's Belgium-Senegal match.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Mount Dora Whiskey Kitchen, that's where we're going to be. Or you could join us right here on this station or on youtube.com/The News Junkie. Trying to see if they're going to charge that couple that climbed up onto the spire at the top of the Empire State Building and they had a proposal up there. And they had this really utopian, nice little message. They're like, until we care more about peace than power, then there won't be peace or whatever.
The power of love is better than the love of power. Something like that.
Yeah. And when we realize that, we'll finally be at peace. And then they were engaged on the top of this thing, not just on the top of the Empire State Building, like where they were, people can't go. Yeah. Right? They're right. Like up in, you go past the area where you're allowed to be and safely look, and then they went up further than that. Then they went up to the spire, and then they went up to the light, which is the warning for planes, and then they went up to the antenna that's on top of the light, and they were on top of that. That's where they were up
where
there.
King Kong hangs out.
Where King Kong does hang out, Josh. Yes, indeed. Very, very correct. So we'll see.
They actually said they saw King Kong was here, scratched into the side of the...
I don't think that's true. I don't know if that's true. Angela emails the show. Angela says, hi, did you see the story about the 16 kids saved by authorities in Vinton County, Ohio? They said the kids are feral. Check it out. And I'm looking this up. I don't know too much about this just yet. When you say that the kids are feral, this is a very interesting subject to me. And I've watched a bit on this. I know about Jeannie, the feral person. She's like a grown-ass woman somewhere now. And there's been other stories like this. You have to understand something. A lot of the feral stories are actually fake. They are fake news. Historically speaking, when somebody goes, these kids were like Mowgli. They were growing up in the woods and they were raised by the animals. Almost all of those stories end up being fake. There's something else that's actually happening there, and the story is not as you would imagine. However, there are some stories that are pretty real, like the one I was talking about. Jeannie has a Wikipedia page, and I think there's a documentary about her. And Jeannie was the child of two mentally disabled individuals that lived inside this house, and then they put her in a room, and she just kind of like was in this dark room for most of her life. So she didn't socialize with anybody. She didn't learn anything. Nobody talked to her. Like the worst kind of situation you could ever imagine. And she was what the expert said was feral. Like she was actually a feral person. That's a real story of this happening. Now she lives somewhere, I think, in like a home in California or something. And she's anonymous. People aren't bothering her. Thank God. Did you find the Wikipedia on that lady?
On Jeannie? Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot her whole story, but it was something like, she's pretty old now, right? Isn't she?
She is, let's see.
Older, I should say. Not
68 to 69.
Okay. So she's still alive. She's 68 or 69 years old. And she legitimately is one of these instances of she didn't learn to walk right. She never learned to talk. One of the phenomenally shocking things about the human brain is that if you don't learn how to do some of these things during those years of adolescence, for some reason you can't. So if you don't learn how to speak and then you pass through adolescence, if you never learned as a child, you really can't learn as an adult. And they become sort of these strange figures their whole life. And she said that there is a similar situation with 16 kids in Ohio. I don't know what the deal is, but let's see. Here's ABC6. They have a report on this. Let's peek in. Cops are pulling stuff out of the window, very hoarder-like. Like it looks like stuff is piled up all over inside the house. So that's one thing that I'm noticing.
And shocking.
Yeah, this is very vague.
Yeah, they're all being vague about this. What's the actual thing that happened? Let me see if I could find out more. Vinton County, I think, is where this all happened.
It ain't the county's fault, I'll tell you that much.
No, adults
sir.
arrested after 16 children were rescued. 16 children?
Yeah.
16 children were rescued for this home. Is this a press
That
conference?
doesn't look like a big enough home for 16 children. I'm gonna say.
Good afternoon.
Tiny.
My name is Steve Irwin. I'm the
here's
communications
the press
Steve
conference.
Ohio Attorney
Yeah.
General's office.
All right,
We will hear
Steve
this
Irwin.
afternoon from Vinton County Prosecutor William Archer, Vinton County Sheriff Ryan Kane, and then Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson. At the conclusion of the prepared remarks, we will take a brief question and answer session.
Let's just see what happened here.
Good afternoon. At 10:30 today, the 4 defendants were arraigned on 16 counts of second-degree felony child endangering. They were assessed a $300,000 cash or surety bond per defendant. They were ordered to have no contact with each other as co-defendants. They were ordered to have no contact with the victims. We believe, will be requesting court-appointed counsel and will anticipate getting ready for the next stage, which at this point would be a preliminary hearing if they request that, or if they don't waive it, and that'll be with their counsel. Right now, the abuse, neglect, dependency complaints that have been filed are being heard by the Vinton County Juvenile
Probate. Right, too. 16 kids. This is a house that is maybe 3 bedrooms at the most. I don't even,
I don't think you could. You would want 4 dogs at that house.
Yeah, the house was not very big at all. Like, it's a pretty small house that they were living in. If there were 16 kids in there.
Court, the initial hearing occurring now. We are asking for temporary custody to Job and Family Services. The children are safe. They have been placed. We have some other issues we're still dealing with for their safety, but they are currently in a good situation and are being protected.
Mike on YouTube says, guess investigations work, huh, Sean? And he's talking about how I was against the weaponization of Child Protective Services against, what's his name, Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg. When it looks like somebody who didn't like Pete Buttigieg sent Child Protective Services over to his house, and then they separated them from their kids, and the whole thing was deemed to be just an anonymous person doing this for political reasons, which I'm just firmly against. I think taking kids away from their families at the behest of some anonymous call that was an attack and a prank and whatever, a political attack on that person is unhinged and weird. I think that you probably agree. I think that you saying, guess investigations work, you guess they work. There were 16 kids in this house. How long were they there for? That this is your grand example that the investigations work, and that perhaps what was happening with the other Pete Buttigieg situation was like a good thing or something. I don't quite understand where you're going. I mean, I 100% stand by the weaponization of Child Protective Services is an undeniably bad thing, okay? Undeniably bad. And people should be able to hold on to their kids in situations where there's anonymous reports with no merit to them at all, right? That's just 100% true. In this case, it seems to me that the system didn't exactly work as good as you're suggesting if 16 kids were in this house. I don't know what their ages were, but we're still trying to learn what was going on here. So anyhow, thank you for that.
The last thing I want to mention very quickly, particularly for our local community folks, is this is an intra-family situation. This is not human trafficking. There is nothing to put our other children at risk. This is clearly involved a multi-generational family in a very limited situation. We know the early reports came out that some of this might be going on, but we want to assure the public that their children in Vinton County are safe and they do not have to worry about these defendants. I will now turn it over to Attorney General Andy Wilson.
All right, let's just see if they give any details about the kids real quick.
I just wanted to touch on what the prosecutor had said. Yesterday, I know everybody's got a lot of questions. The nature of the crimes, we have a lot of hurdles that are real sensitive that we want to get you guys information as quick as we can. But
Angie, by the way, on YouTube says the kids were kept in a 12 by 12 room, never put in school. Some of them had to go to trauma centers.
Jesus, the age range of the kids there's a lot of specific hurdles involved in this crime. We will get you that information as soon as we can. We just want to let you know that, also to touch back on that, the community is safe.
Okay, so they don't even know a lot of these details, I guess. They don't know how many of these kids were of what age. There's a bunch of stuff that they don't know. They were living in deplorable conditions. They think they were from around a year and a half to 18 years old. They said it included both boys and girls, and some of the experts said it was the worst scene they had ever encountered in their career. Pure evil, they said. There was livestock kept in better condition than the children. They are now in state custody, and they are probably going to be behind bars, as one would expect, for a long time. Here's the mug shots. Look at these people, bro.
Oh gosh,
it doesn't even look like a real guy.
This looks like an AI of an evil old man. That the image that I'm looking at here. So here's that was the man and the woman.
Very like Hills Have Eyes looking people.
100%, Josh. 100%. These are the people. This is the younger couple. And then there's an older couple that was in there as well. I'll link this up on See It Now so you can see some of these photos. Just unbelievable. Thanks for the email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. Quick break.
Wasn't there a YouTuber that kept going out to some house full of people who were just kind of disconnected from everything and seemed a little slower than everybody else?
Oh, yeah. The incest family you're talking about?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the incest. Weren't they in Ohio?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they were. I do remember that story. It's a bunch of YouTubers who have gone to visit this family, and they're all sorts of screwed up. And the family, I guess, is all like, at least they said that they're incest based, and they're like very much off the radar. But this family, it looks like they just kind of threw these kids in a room, and it's difficult right now to see what's going on. But I'll give you any updates that we have. The kids are from 1.5 to 18, so like big span of kids. It appears this was going on for a while. So we'll keep an eye on that and give you updates. When we come back, I'll finally get to this church story, which is a positive and funny turn away from what we're looking at here, of course. And we have to get into, it's Bobby Bonilla Day. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you. I'll explain that when we come back. And your feedback coming in hot. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't get hungover. That's why they can't work here. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Construction's blocking 2 lanes on I-4 eastbound near that World Drive exit, causing some stop-and-go traffic from 429. All lanes are blocked northbound on Orange Blossom Trail before Gore Street there.
Walk behind the scenes, Skull Mike activated. I put those mug shots up on See It Now if you want to take a peek. My God. My God, right? What the hell is that? Hang these monsters? Yes. Yeah. Death, right? I mean, I'm not a death penalty supporter for reasons I've described many times on this show, so I won't rehash that. But if I was, we don't need a trial. This is what an old-fashioned lynching solves real well. Just let them loose. Just let them loose into the neighborhood. Let nature take its course. Some real street justice to wrap it up. Jesus, man. The level of depravity. Absolute degeneracy. That old fella is well equipped to watch at least 2 kids at once. Like, doesn't it literally look like a cartoon version of a spooky, creepy old guy? Again, it's up on See It Now. I wish we knew more about what happened in the house. Let me see. Hang on.
Every great experience starts with a spark. Ignite the excitement at Daytona Beach Poker, where you'll find all your favorite casino-style table games, including Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker, high-out.
Authorities say 16 children were removed from the home after investigators uncovered what they described as dangerous living conditions. Neighbors said they didn't even realize that many kids lived there. I never seen a kid out there, said one of the neighbors. There were animals all over the place inside the home as well. What I need to see some footage from inside the house. I'm sure that'll come out. Oh, stand by. You guys are really stepping up today. Really stepping up, and I got to tell you, I appreciate it.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Modern Plumbing Industries. I think everyone can agree when you have plumbing problems.
Boom! Just like that, Kevin Lincoln. Thank you for the 11 gifted subscriptions. Available for you over on thenewsjunkie.com. Grab those now. Looks like there's a couple of them left. It's a premium subscription to the show, unlocking secret shows, which we had a great secret show last night. Fun times. By my count, there's 3 of those left. Kevin Lincoln. Let me put him up on the list. Kevin Lincoln with 11 gifted. Huge. Thank you for the huge support.
Plain windows and doors use Fibrex, which doesn't work, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors are going to last a lot longer.
90 seconds.
Plain windows and doors are also designed to reduce outside noise.
And if we could get to a certain point with secret show subscriptions and with the gifter community, we will have the full autonomy that I'm really looking for from anybody, from any company possible. We are really getting close. And if we really build this up enough, that's the backbone of the support for the show. Really exciting. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back to the content. Here we go. Come back.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
The global stage is lit. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is on.
It's Austin Trusty's first career goal for the United States.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer.
Don't miss Team USA's next match tonight at 8 Eastern.
Into the knockout round.
Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
The world is listening.
Are you?
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Radio.
That's my bad. That's my fault. Hit 2 songs and no voiceovers. I hit the buttons with my fat fingers. That hopefully won't happen during the live show on Friday. I hope you're there. And if you're not, join us virtually over on thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, everybody. So good to be with you here on a Wednesday on the show. Today's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh, my gosh.
Always comes up this time of year.
Why didn't you start the show with the list of specials that we should be expecting for Bobby Bonilla Day?
Bobby Bonilla Day, for those people who don't know, C-Lane, is where the baseball player, Bobby Bonilla, who is now 63 years old. He's 63 years old. He hasn't played baseball for, I think, a very long time. But he made some insane deal, and the New York Mets have to cut him a check every year, and they call it Bobby Bonilla Day. And so he gets $1.19 million every July 1st. Every single July 1st.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And he's going to keep getting that until 2035. So what a deal. They said it was a deferred payment because of baseball's unique salary structure. Bonilla's annual payday is often more than some of the game's current young stars will make in any given year. They said there's a lot of other people making big money, like Shohei Ohtani. He's delaying payments of $680 million for a $700 million mega deal. He'll start receiving $68 million per year in 2034, which is crazy. In 2000, the Mets agreed to buy out the remaining $5.9 million on Bobby Bonilla's contract. However, instead of paying Bobby Bonilla the $5 million, they agreed instead of paying him $5.9 million, they'd give him $1.2 million for 25 years and 8% interest. Why wouldn't you take that deal?
Why, as the Mets, would you negotiate that from your end? Because that's stupid.
Instead of paying Bobby Bonilla $5.9 million at the time, they made a deal to pay him $1.2 million for 25 years straight. So it's been a while, and he's getting paid every single year. He hasn't played with the Mets since 1999.
Okay.
All right? And this guy's getting money every single year. Who wouldn't take that deal in chat? Yeah, who wouldn't?
The NHL had a similar deal like this.
Wow.
They actually called it hockey's version of Bobby Bonilla, or the Bobby Bonilla deal. It was with this guy named Shea Weber. And his legendary contract signed by the Nashville Predators in 2012 expired this week, 14 years after it was originally signed. He's been retired from the NHL for 5 years. He's been in the Hall of Fame for 3 and collecting a paycheck the entire time.
Unbelievable. Wow. It just seems so dumb. Like, I don't understand why the New York Mets would ever have made that deal.
It says at the time, Mets ownership was invested in a Bernie Madoff account that promised double-digit returns, and the Mets were poised to make a significant profit. So maybe they took their last little bit of money that they had, put it in a Madoff account, and go, yeah, sure, Bobby, we can give you $1.2 million a year for 25 years.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
Stupid.
Yeah, Michael on YouTube says, hey, I'm new to chat. Well, hello, Michael. I wanted to say the banner that was on the Empire State Building by that couple, so there was a couple, if you're just tuning in, who climbed all the way up the Empire State Building, all the way onto the very tippy top of the spire, and then they unfurled a flag, and then the guy proposed to the woman, this young couple that went up and did this, and he says it is lyrics from a Jimi Hendrix song. Is that true? That's what he's claiming? He's claiming what was on the flag, which was I forgot it. See, I forgot the message. Maybe we can dig it back up.
I'm getting to it.
It was like this utopian thing. Like, once everybody cares more about peace than power, then peace will win over. And he's suggesting that it was actually lyrics from a Jimi Hendrix song, which may be true. I don't know. We'll check it out. We'll see what happens during the show. I try to, when we throw things out there, at least do my best at some point in the show to correct them all. I felt so bad. I've like been carrying this guilt with me for like a week. The other day, Sealand said people corrected me on 2 different things, and I didn't get the corrections out there. I think I had said the band name as Goose, and it was Geese.
Yes, but that's easy to confuse. Those are 2 different bands.
Yeah.
That have similar names.
I confused the bands Goose and Geese, I think.
You said Goose was like an industry plant, and that was actually an accusation that was lobbed against the band Geese in this article that somebody said, like, Geese is a psyop. Like, it was a thing that where the industry did a whole bunch of trickery with social media and ticket sales and stuff.
The band that nobody seemed to have heard of at the time was selling out Madison Square Garden, I think. And the tickets were going for a whole bunch of money, and nobody could understand why. And so that was the band. So that was an error on my part. I did confuse the bands Goose and Geese. And I'm doing my best over here. And there was one more. I'd always try to correct them. We'll see if that is accurate. You also
said that there was another jam band called the Spaghetti Incident.
That's right, I forgot.
But that is, in fact, a Guns N' Roses album.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're thinking String Cheese Incident.
Yes.
Wrong food.
You. Sorry, I say so many things. There's so many...
True.
So many words on any given show. Just so you guys know, let me give you a bit of a rundown here. Hang on, this will only take me a second, and then I'll get back to this church story. For instance, yesterday on the show, there were 34,560 words spoken. That's a little above average. It's anywhere from 30 to 35,000 words that are spoken during the show. So, I mean, I try my best, but we get the corrections in. So let's see if that is right. This isn't a statement from me. Of course, it's from somebody just popping into chat.
In April, Wired published an article called "The Fanfare Around the Band Geese Actually Was a Psyop," and it was like an expansion of a Substack post by this other musician that said this PR company called Chaotic Good Projects has a bunch of alternative acts they work with, in particular Geese and Cameron Winter, and said that they use these narrative campaigns that create hundreds of fake social media accounts to drown out comment sections and manipulate algorithms on social media sites like TikTok to boost the bands.
Dead internet theory, right? This is this dead internet theory coming to life where more of the interactions and activity that you see are from bots than from actual human beings. Sorry, I know that seems unrelated, but I wanted to clear that up. That was from was that last week, this week? I don't even know, but I had felt bad about not clearing that up. Now let's get to what the commenter said. With
I can't
banner.
believe I remembered both things that you got wrong.
Oh, I can.
I thought I was going to forget them, and then now that I've remembered them, it makes me seem calculated, or you know, like really like I wrote these down, or I don't even have to write them down because I just know all the times that Sean is wrong.
I get it. Dan says the message was, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world will know peace. That's the message that the couple had, to go back to that.
It's similar to a Hendrix lyric. What I'm getting here is, when we look forward to the time when the power of love will replace the love of power, then will our world know the blessings of peace. So it's paraphrasing.
Yeah. Kevin says, every day. Sean says, unbelievable, which is about 1,000 times a day. And every time he says it, I say inconceivable in my head. Sir, I do that all over the place. I do that in group texts and everything. Unbelievable is the word that I always toss out. It's
usually it's when Josh is late to secret shows.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose every single time.
30 seconds.
Yeah, usually when I say that, I am doing it on purpose.
Unbelievable.
All right, can we get to the church story here? I want to talk about this. Now I'm wondering if we have enough time, and I feel a little bit bad about that. In fact, I hate to be all over the place here, but let me go to a couple of dispatches real quick so I can give that church story, which is kind of a fun one.
I've never seen somebody avoid church like you.
I've
never seen somebody just
all my life
work so hard at avoiding church.
All my life. We go over to Steve with the dispatch. Let's see what Steve says.
Hey, Junkies. Chiming in about the climbers on the Empire State Building.
Mm-hmm.
They climbed up, waved their banner around, couldn't read it. It was flapping in the breeze. They had a couple hugs, took some selfies, started climbing down. The funny thing is that Fox News has a timer that is counting down when they started their descent. Check it out.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's how slow the news cycle is right now. They're like, oh my God, a couple's on top of the Empire State Building. Put graphics up, put timers and countdowns. And, there is a ton of news networks that are trying to stretch like that.
It says they're in custody.
Are they?
Yeah.
I figured they'd have to arrest them.
Yeah, I wonder if they, they were pretty easy on the guy that did I feel like this is the second time I brought it up this week, Philip Petit, the guy that did the high wire between the Trade Center towers.
Yeah, right.
What he did was pretty incredible, and they were like, well, you broke the law. We have to, punish you somehow. And they were like, now you have to do like this many high wire presentations for children. We have to do community service high wire stuff. I don't know if that's what's going to happen to these two, but it seems weird that like in 2026, their go-to to get footage of these people is still a helicopter. And so they just had a helicopter circling around the Empire State Building when you could have easily done this with a drone.
The footage was pretty cool, though. It showed them going up. They were way on top of that thing. It was pretty spectacular. And again, it's in such a gutter for news. Like there's been such a vacuum for something big to blow up, which it will soon.
And they posted video from up there on their social media. And for a second, I was like, wait, is that seems like it might be kind of hard to do. Because if you are at the top spire of the Empire State Building,
there's an antenna right there. I don't know. There's a cell tower.
What antenna is it? You got to make sure you have the right antenna. I don't think that's a very safe place to be radiation wise. I don't know how all that works.
That is the least of their concerns.
But I'm like, for me, I was like, aren't they kind of above all the cell towers? Like, like when you put your plane on airplane mode because you're not supposed to be using it, at a certain height, it doesn't work anyway.
Right. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says all over the place, LOL. What we're going to do because of that
unbelievable
is because it's so unbelievable.
Unhinged.
I really wanted to make those corrections because since C-Lane told me that and then I didn't correct it, it was like, it looks like I don't want to put the correction out there. Anyhow, that's what I was struggling with.
Gooses.
We'll take a quick break right here. When we come back, right before jury duty, I'll do the church story that we've been talking about. Jury duty is loaded up. I've got all the new laws that just took effect, and some of them are really interesting. And then in the final hour of the show, the Power Hour, we have a very, very crazy twist going on where teachers are now being replaced with AI robots. It's happening. It could happen in your kid's classroom, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
The first World Cup match of the day is underway. England taking on DR Congo in Atlanta. The U.S.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Just realized how that sounded. Realized that I said, waiting for an explosive story to happen, which will happen soon. Just to clarify, I'm not planning on being part of the story. I'm just saying there will be a crazy story. It's not a threat. It's a prediction. Stand by. Which translates your current policy into English so you know what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth. So you know exactly what needs to be protected. It's supersure.com. That's supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform. All policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency. This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. One of our guiding principles is to provide great beds at a great value. Our goal is to prove this to our customers every single day. We believe in producing quality mattresses. Some breaking news coming in. The mother of NFL star Calais Campbell found dead inside his Atlanta home. His brother has been charged with murder. NFL star Calais Campbell? Looks like he's from the Arizona Cardinals, potentially. crazy in the sports world. By the way, big thank you to Meep for the 3 gifted subscriptions. Thank you for the support. It means more than you will ever know. Go claim one of those over on the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Kevin's subs are all claimed. Thank you again, Kevin, for the 11 gifted. Meep has 1 gifted subscription left as far as I see it. And we're getting geared up for jury duty. One of the new laws going into effect in the state of Florida as of today is that every student must be taught cursive. Good idea or bad idea, chat? New Florida law requires students to be taught cursive in 2026. Good idea or bad idea, because that is the law of the land in Florida right now. Kathy H says 51 on day 1. Thank God. Thank God. Appreciate all the gifters. We got 6 on the board. You could be next. It's a bad idea when they're not teaching basic financial skills. Kurt, I don't know if we're going to be in the majority here, but I 100% agree with you. I think that teaching kids about how to be financially sound is so much more important than this. Like, it's not even close. Cursive is like a weird boomer thing, but like kids can't even write cursive anymore. For me, 100%, I would say ditch the cursive, who cares? I would say 100% a personal financial stability class. A class that teaches kids about what investing is, how to save money, how much you should have in your savings account, how to be financially secure, how much it's going to cost if you have a child, how much it costs to just live, what it costs to have insurance. Oh my God, all of those things are more important to me. Teaching cursive doesn't mean to don't teach other subjects. Well, you're not wrong, Dan, but it means that we put more of a focus on cursive since there's not a law about teaching them personal finance, doesn't it? All right? Doesn't that obviously mean that? All right, we're coming back.
Are bringing you every match of the FIFA World Cup 2026
live.
Magical. Just open the free app and search World Cup. Plus, tap the highlights tab to catch up on anything you missed. Lock in your preset now.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
Presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Shows, meals, drinks, even a roller coaster ride. All-inclusive 2-night stay at Luxor or Excalibur, starting at $330 for 2. Visit MGMResorts.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Support today. I'll give you a rundown. I'll probably start doing that at the end of the show. Just giving you a rundown of everybody who is generous and has supported the show and subscribed and gifted and all of that good stuff. Just to put it in the wrap-up section of the show. But big thanks to everybody doing that on the first day of the month here. We have to get into jury duty because I have a story that I really think got the chat fired up a bit that I want to go into a bit more. So let's do that. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, reach out to the attorney that's going to get you on the path to that big check that you deserve. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You shouldn't be litigious. You shouldn't sue. They're the insurance companies. They're billion-dollar companies. You deserve this. You've been injured in an accident. Pick up the phone, 800-CALL-MO. All right. The story that I was talking about briefly there during the break was about all these new Florida laws. And among them is a Florida law now requiring schools to teach students cursive. As of today, It is the law of the land in the Sunshine State that you must teach students cursive. And I asked the people on the chat during the break, I said, do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? And then the response was pretty immediate. You know, they pretty quickly people said, yeah, I think that this is a good idea. But there's a couple of people who I agreed with on this. Like, we made this a focus. We made it a point to make it a law to have teachers teach kids how to write in cursive. I care so much less about that than something I'd like to be in law, something I'd like to be demanded, and that would be a full semester course on finances for every single high school student in the United States of America, all right? A full course that explains what stocks are and bonds and options and how to invest money. And some of you aren't going to like this, how to use things like Robinhood, what cryptocurrencies are, how to balance your budget as a house, what it costs to live, how to pay your bills, how money works, how the economy works. An entire semester where you focus on that personal financial responsibility for young people would be way more useful than this.
I had economics in high school, and we did the stock thing where we each picked some stocks and see who made the most money by the end of the week or something like that.
Kind of fun.
And I think they're still teaching balancing a checkbook. I don't remember if that was part of it. A lot of the things I remembered being in there was kind of older stuff, but definitely not a lot of the more important to your life, important to your success things, like how to buy a car or a house.
They taught us how to cook. They literally, when I was in middle school, we had classes, home economics. They taught us how to cook and follow a recipe. They taught us how to sew. They didn't teach you guys these things?
No, I see it didn't stick with you, though.
I don't know. I'm not allowed to cook.
See?
I get kicked out of the kitchen.
I don't know that we did a lot of cooking. I had life management skills in middle school. That's what they called it. And it had some health stuff in it. That was the class where we all had to carry a damn bag of flour around because that was our baby.
Hey, okay, all right.
It was so much like a real baby, by the way. I mean, now that I've done both.
You listen, flour.
Yeah.
Nice. For parents out there, I want to know, am I missing this? Are they being taught this stuff still? I don't think they are. Like, I don't think these basic life skills are being taught in 2026. That's why they have to make it a law to demand that they teach kids cursive. But to me, cursive is kind of rip, like it's dead.
Useless.
What do you need cursive for in 2026? Everything is digitized, and it's only going to be more so.
Unless you want to be a calligrapher or study graphic design, maybe cursive could be an elective thing that you learn as part of that trade. But I don't think it's something that everybody needs.
I want them knowing how to use apps, how to trade stocks and apps, how to make money off of that, what futures are, what securities are. These things they don't learn. They don't know. And they don't know how much money they're supposed to have in their savings account, for God's sake. That's a super important life skill. So that's one of the new laws, that kids are forced to learn cursive. Not that that's bad. I mean, whatever. I just think it's kind of dumb compared to what I'm talking about. The other laws, there are some new road names because of House Bill 33. 2 roadways have been renamed in Florida. One is now Charlie Kirk Memorial Avenue, and the other is now President Donald J. Trump Boulevard. That one's in Broward County.
Weren't they trying at one point to name one road at every state college after Charlie Kirk? Like they had a list of them.
Yes. Yeah. There was a big push afterwards. They were trying to ride that momentum quite a bit. House Bill 35 revises the term habitual traffic offender to add the offense of driving without a valid license. That crime will be added to the list of offenses for which a certain number of convictions in a 5-year period requires the state to designate the person as a habitual traffic offender. If you are designated as a habitual traffic offender, you will be prosecuted for a 3rd-degree felony for driving your motor vehicle, again, without a license. There is another one. This is House Bill 47 lets parents whose child is removed from their home by DCF ask for a second medical evaluation within 5 days. Okay. Security services, one of these new laws. Bill 52 refers to a state statute that regulates private investigative and security services. More specifically, the law expresses the statute doesn't apply to volunteers who provide armed security services at churches, mosques, synagogues, or other places of worship. Okay, veterinary prescriptions for people with pets. This might be important. A new law requires licensed veterinarians to clearly inform patients of their right to receive a written prescription for medication that can be filled at the pharmacy of a client's choice. The law also mandates that if the veterinary clinic is able to fill the prescription, the vet should disclose that option to the client as well. I think that's because a lot of this stuff has become online and it's expensive. And I might be wrong, but I think sometimes the veterinarians earn money off of that.
Probably.
So now they have to tell you of your right to receive a prescription written that you can put anywhere. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think the phosphate mining law is probably not going to affect you.
No. I want to hear about the phosphate mining.
Hey, phosphate.
Any place that's been used as a gambling house at least twice within a 12-month period is officially a public nuisance.
Oh, my house is screwed.
You thought Pallet Man would have been the public nuisance, but really it's Joshua Marie Fowler.
Sex offenders, under a new law, those convicted of certain sex offenses against children 16 years of age may not live within 1,000 feet of a public swimming pool. So that expands on parks, playgrounds, all that stuff. Now the sexual predators can't be by a public swimming pool, which is good. And
they had a whole law, a whole bill to replace the terminology child pornography with child sex abuse material.
Yes, yeah, because that's taken over, right? People now just say CSAM.
Yeah.
Like CSAM has become the new thing. Like unaliving is one.
I wonder if it's because there is a certain change in the room when somebody says the words child porn out loud.
Yeah. Ooh,
I have experienced that change.
You were the one saying it?
I was the one saying it. I was having a discussion with some friends. We were out camping, and they were talking about how they have this streaming app that gets all these movies for free. And I was like, yeah, I've got a couple of those. I've heard some of those, and they're like, yeah, and you're not downloading them, so it's not pirating, it's not illegal. And I was like, whoa, buddy, you mean to tell me that you're not breaking the law by getting a free movie just because you're streaming it rather than downloading it? I said, what if you did that with child porn? And everybody's eyes went, you what? What did you say? How could you bring that up?
We're like 2 weeks away from a news report where they say somebody was busted for CSAM. They were going to unalive themselves, but the police took away their pew-pew before any damage could be done. Like the conversation of self-censoring for the algorithm has kind of gone mainstream. And I think that was sort of one of the things that made that change over to CSAM. There's probably some other reasons too, I'm sure. All right, we are going to take a quick break. I've teased this church story forever, and I feel quite bad about it. But I'm going to put it right at the beginning of the Power Hour. I promise you that. If I do not do the church story, where a church is facing a backlash for this video they published, and I'll play the clips from it. If I do not do this when I come back, I will eat my hat on stream. All right? If I do not do this, if I do not pay it off, I give you my word, I will eat my hat. So that puts a little extra pressure on me. Hopefully I don't forget. If I don't forget, will you guys remind me during the segment? Will you?
I'll remind you to eat your hat.
No, I have to go the whole segment without doing it and then not remember till the next one. If I do, I'll eat my hat. I will do that. But I don't think I'll have to. We'll be back with that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $2,500.
Hello, hello. What behind the scenes? Stand by.
676-8477 from the traffic center of James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Double it up. Janine with 5 more gifted subscriptions for Secret Shows. Thank you so much. It's only the first day of the month. Thank you so much. Kick the suits and the nuts with a subscription to Secret Shows yourself right now over on thenewsjunkie.com. Now, one of you in chat will select the song that is going to end the show today. The song that you don't get to hear because of copyright. Sean's hat probably tastes like grilled onions and soy sauce. I don't know about that. Right now it's got a little cat hair. But I think I could eat it if I had to, in a pinch. Thank you, Janine. I'm gonna go over everybody who gifted subscriptions at the end of the show. I'll start making that a habit, and I'll also start doing like the monthly thing at the end of the month. Here are our top gifters, because that's, you know, I like people to get the recognition. Couple of minutes and we're back finally with the church story. It better be bad, or better be good. Sun State John, are you kidding me? You guys, it's only the first day of the month. You guys have been out of control today. In the best type of way. Holy cow. The man has one eyeball. And yet he's putting up godlike numbers. Sun State John with 17 gifted subscriptions. Holy cow. Absolutely unbelievable. Somebody says, go get them.
But it doesn't have to be that way. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. They've treated thousands, including...
Take a shot at the suits with your subscription. Unlock all premium features and secret shows with your premium subscription to thenewsjunkie.com. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. People grabbing those quickly. Looks like there's about 5 left. I will tell you something. That's pretty crazy. Originally, the vast majority of people who were watching this show live were on YouTube. Second place was Twitch. The Twitch audience was the second biggest. There's a little small but mighty Twitch audience that was coming along with. Now, the people on the ad-free premium stream are beginning to rival YouTube and the amount of concurrent viewers that we have on the TNJ ad-free stream. All right? So Twitch is way back here. Twitch is way back here. The News Junkie Premium subscribers on the ad-free experience on the website are right here. And YouTube is right here. Holy cow. 90 seconds and we're back. Quality over quantity, that's fair. That is fair. Twitch has the OGs and the funny comments. Twitch does have funny comments. I agree with that. There are a lot of people who like the ad-free stream, though. You ad-free streamers out there, hello. Just in case you don't know how to access that, if you are a subscriber, go to thenewsjunkie.com. When you're logged in, you'll get what we call the big screen. You get a full screen chat. There's an audio only option if you want to do that if you're driving or something. Full screen video with chat in the sidebar. It's big, it's beautiful, it's a high quality stream, and there are no commercials. None. None. All right, we're coming back right now.
Be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
The U.S. looks to punch their ticket to the round of 16 tonight. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino says the team knows it's do or die.
That game is the final of the World Cup. And if we were capable to go through, the next one is going to be another final of the World Cup.
The match against Bosnia-Herzegovina starts at 8 o'clock Eastern. The winner takes on the winner of today's Belgium-Senegal match.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. TRIP. That's TRIP. Enter it now.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
We're kicking off July. We're wading through it. In the world's most viral newsroom. Even when it's a dead news zone for everybody else, just completely dead news cycle, we still find the stuff to talk about around here. There's always something. Welcome to the show. We will get to more of your emails, dispatches, and all of that stuff in a moment. I did want to revisit one of the things that we talked about off the jump, which was that because of the Supreme Court announcement, there's now talk of trying to ban pregnant tourists. So if you don't know, the Supreme Court decided this week that the loophole, which is essentially if you're illegally in this country, if you're somebody who's from another country, but somehow if you're in the United States of America and you give birth to a child, that child is an American. The Supreme Court affirmed the constitutionality of that. The only way to change that is if people in Congress vote something new into law. That's the thing they always forget about. It's like, oh, man, the Supreme Court said this. Yeah, well, all they need to do is the congressmen need to get together. They need to make a new law, and then that could be the new law of the land, right? So long as that doesn't violate the Constitution, that law will stand. But in this case, the law of the land for now is if you have a child when you're in the United States of America, that child is a U.S. citizen. It's kind of a crazy loophole that's going on. Let's get some numbers on that real quick, C-Lane. How many children are born making them citizens in the United States every year? Like how many people is that possibly? Because there's all sorts of ways.
Are you asking how many children are born each year or how many children are born from parents that are visiting?
How many children are born from parents that are visiting, making them American citizens? That would fall under this rule. Because now the idea is like, oh, well, we're not going to let pregnant people come on vacation to the United States of America. I don't know how you enforce that. Can they put that in the body scanner thing where you put your arms up?
Maybe.
Nice try, Mary. We know what's going on.
Weird way to find out you were pregnant.
Would be, too.
My vacation's ruined.
I've told the story about working with formerly Clear Channel Radio, and there was this lovely woman who worked at the radio station. And all of a sudden, she wasn't there anymore. And a couple of days went by, and people started to ask, like, where did she go? Why is she not here anymore? And she came back, and she's like, this is a little awkward to tell everybody, but I had no idea that I was pregnant, and I was feeling not so well. And I went to the hospital. They told me, you're pregnant.
Experts estimate between 20 and 70,000 babies are born in the U.S. each year to parents visiting on short-term visas or traveling to the country specifically to give birth, that makes up 1% or less of the more than 3.5 million babies born in the U.S. annually.
Damn, that's crazy. That's still a lot. 70,000 a year is still a lot. And those kids are American children. That's what it is. That's what the Supreme Court has decided. So I don't know if they'll be able to pull this off, but now there's some talk about banning pregnant women from entering the country. This is going to be weird at TSA.
The number that the CDC reports is actually much lower, but the experts say that it might be between 20 to 70,000. The CDC said around 9,500 births happen to parents who list a non-U.S. home address, I guess, on the birth certificate.
Well, how would we not know? Like, that person's got to get a birth certificate, and then they understand that the person's parents aren't.
If they want to be a
legal.
citizen, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. All right. So anyhow, that's what's going on. And the law is the law of the land now from the Supreme Court. I don't know what's happening to the live stream, but people are panicking over there right now. There's nothing I can tell you. All I can tell you is this. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
no, we want front row seats.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
I don't remember what that was from.
I can't remember either.
World Cup? What was that?
I think you were talking about people wanting to go to something, and obviously they wanted front row. I don't have no clue. No clue.
Somebody says, you shouldn't be flying while late-term pregnant. That might be the case, but
you're not supposed to.
I think a lot of people still do. I mean, I've heard. Didn't we have a story? We literally had a story this year about a woman giving birth on a plane.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's
birth
bad
on a plane.
It's not. I don't think it's bad for the baby. I think literally the reason they tell you not to do that is because they're trying to avoid a woman giving birth on a plane.
Yeah.
What a shocker! What a surprise! It's a tough story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
Birth on a plane. We don't do enough of those stories to have that be an issue. Just in case you thought I forgot, I'm doing the church story, all right? There's no hat eating going on here, everybody. No hat eating happening. No hat eating in sight. This happened in Lexington, Kentucky, and a church is facing a backlash after a vacation Bible school video went viral. Let's see what WKYT has to say.
The video posted on TikTok has this Lexington church in the spotlight. It has since been taken down, but reposts remain on several social media platforms.
Please show.
You can see people portraying soldiers carrying air rifles and shooting at someone dressed as the devil on a staircase as young children watched and chanted, "Take him out, blow him up."
Take him out, blow him up.
The clip.
Bro, what? What? They made him.
She said the person getting shot was
is the
representation of the devil.
That's why they're chanting, "Take him out."
How do they pick who is the devil? They're all chanting this as they fake shit. Let me go back. I missed a little bit of that.
Social media platforms. You can see people portraying soldiers carrying air rifles and shooting at someone dressed as the devil on a staircase as young children watched and chanted, "Take him out, blow him up."
The clip you saw was simply killing the devil.
In a Facebook video, Pastor Dwayne Walker says the skit is a 32-year tradition, and he didn't mean to offend anyone.
Always afterwards, this is what we do every year. We pick somebody out, and they are the devil, and we fake assassinate them in the church. What?
Honestly,
since '94 they've done this.
The guy that was playing the devil and doing the part of dying. He was dying pretty good. He looked like he was getting shot a lot.
Yeah. What the hell? This is just absolutely wild. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's see what else we can learn here.
Walker says his intended message was one of spiritual warfare, encouraging children to reject the devil.
And maybe you're right, maybe we're wrong. But understand, we're painting a real picture to kids, visibly, what's going on invisibly.
Lexington police tell us they've received many calls and tips regarding this, but they say nothing criminal happened, and they're referring complaints to the Cabinet for Health and Family Services.
Bro, they got one of these people dressed up like an Al-Qaeda or something and completely like covered head to toe. Right here. This person.
Oh, they got like a ghillie suit guy.
They got like a ghillie suit. They got all these other people in fatigues, and they go into the middle of this class. These kids are little kids, and they did this.
For Health and Family Services. A 5-year-long member of Mount Olivet Baptist Church says the online criticism won't impact the spirit inside. He says this one mistake should be overlooked by all the good.
I'm just really passionate about, recovery. I'm passionate about trying to have people, find their relationship with God, however it is. And this church has been a big influence for that.
Russell Weisgerber, whose son was in the audience, says the church hosts weekly services and addiction-based ministries. He says it breaks his heart that a clip from a week-long event is now how people see the church.
It could have been better. It could have been different, right? I'm not going to argue with it. But it really hurts my heart because nobody wants to talk about the years of good from this church.
All right, hold on.
Good.
I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. You're like, we only get attention when something bad like this happens, and we're doing some great stuff. Sure. Okay, I get that. I'm sure this church does great things. But, I mean, the reason why this is getting attention is because it seems pretty wild that you had everybody with air rifles shooting one of the people that you designated as the devil.
It's naive to post that and go, yeah, everyone's going to love this and reach out to us for addiction counseling.
Oh, I have the actual video. Yeah, but if it does, great. But here's the actual TikTok. Hang on. Let's see if we learn any more. It says, the South is a whole different planet.
Take him out, blow him up.
Yeah, blow him up.
Take him down, blow him up.
Take him down, blow him up.
Oh.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure Satan is impervious to bullets. Bullets, at least.
They're going to try. They're going to give it a shot, I think, Josh. Either way. Let us know what you think. That's very different for me. Now, I think churches do a lot of good. I think churches give a lot.
Just never hear about it on the news.
Help communities, and maybe they should get some more coverage for that. But I can't say that this isn't weird, because that is very, very, very strange. Do give us your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you think about this. Maybe you think this was a great idea where the church killed the devil. All right. I did
like
it.
to
So
see
I don't have
y'all
to eat
come
my
back
hat.
here and tell people how many addicts we've helped.
Like, I've just never seen anything like that. Normally, they panic when they do the reconstructions of the school shootings for schools to, like, put them through the paces of it and get people in like a training mode to think what is the classroom supposed to do if there was, God forbid, a school shooter. Usually people think, oh my God, this is going to traumatize the kids. I've not seen them do something like this. And if you want to do like a fictionalized version of the killing of the devil, there's lots of ways to do that.
Well, traditionally, I get it. We used to like to reserve the traumatization of children at church for the Catholics. So the Baptists are new to the idea.
Full speed ahead for them? Is that what's happening here?
Come back next Sunday. We're shooting a fentanyl addict on the stage.
Jeez, that guy's going to go up there and take the shots for him. He's like, God, they've done so much good, and now they're making fun of my church.
You see who just walked in, kids? It's methamphetamine. Shoot!
Quick break. Back with a moment as the Power Hour rolls on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Two right lanes are blocked on 408 eastbound at Mills Avenue. Traffic's backed up from I-4. It's stop and go on I-4 eastbound near that World Drive exit. There's 2 lanes blocked due to construction. Look out for crews near the roadways. All lanes are still blocked on OBT before Gore Street. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America.
Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
Folks, it's hot. I'm looking right now at my iPhone. Says 88 degrees and going to get even a little hotter. Going to get to about 90 today. It's the summer. It's the summertime. It gets hot. And your house, you want it to stay nice and cool, because when you come home from work, you deserve to be comfortable. You deserve to be in a position where you can feel that AC kicking down on you like a nice, cool blanket. You deserve it and so much more. And if you don't have that feeling, if something seems to have gone wrong with your air conditioner, now is the time to pick up the phone like I have multiple times and dial up Mills Air. I'll give you their number in just 1 second. But you should know they are a family-owned and operated business. I happen to like that. I want to support businesses that are family-owned and operated, not these big, nameless, faceless corporations. They're locally owned and operated. I happen to like that. I want to support companies that are local, that hire local, that give good jobs to our fellow people. And they do that at Mills Air. And that brings the best people you can imagine, the best techs ever, into your house. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they're ready to help you at Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassey's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Big thanks to Craig K for 10 more gifted subs. Yeah! Woo! Love to see it. You love to see it. Go claim those while you can. Celine, what can we end on today? Bingo. Excellent choice. I only have 2 segments that I've put down. He's not there. I'll have to talk to him. I only have 2 segments, so I think I missed several of them. I have 11:15 and 11:30. What else did we do? $12. Okay, how long was that? Okay, 12 at 12. Okay. All right, let's forget that and let's instead put in one more 12 here. Oh, we did one? Oh, how long was that? Okay. Hold on. C lanes, not here. Okay, 1 o'clock. Okay, 16 kids removed from house. All right, any other ones? Okay. Okay, Wednesday. 2 o'clock. Church. Attack. Devil video. Okay. All good? Let's do an 8 here because that'll put us in real good shape for tomorrow. Actually, you know what? We'll do that tomorrow. I want to. Let's plug the live event a little bit here.
About selling your home this summer, there's no better time than now. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. You can skip the market uncertainty and sell your home hassle-free and for top dollar. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Choosing the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home fast.
2 minutes and we're back live.
Visit markspain.com to find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your
on today? I learned real quick. Stand by. Thank you for your patience.
Is the number one most reviewed real estate company in the U.S. with over 13,000 five-star reviews. Trust us to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be on your home today. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start acting.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this?
90 seconds.
Guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they can do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
After, of course, hands off feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com.
Sea-Lane is first of the month clean.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me.
Metamucil's plant-based fiber helps traffic that weighs you down.
All right, we're coming back right now, everybody. Power Hour rolls on.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace,
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
The global stage is lit. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is on.
It's Austin Trusty's first career goal for the United States.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer.
Don't miss Team USA's next match tonight at 8 Eastern.
Into the knockout round.
Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
The world is listening.
Are you?
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan and Morgan.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Trip. That's Trip. Enter it now.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock, this is the News Junkie.
Power Hour rolls on. Good to see you here in the world's most viral newsroom. Forget the same three songs over and over. Hang out with us. Let's talk about what's happening here on planet Earth. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's do a bit of a grab bag segment here on the show. I thought, this could have been on some form of Josh doing the hot sheet or something with Jennifer Lopez, but I'll bring it to you because people were discussing this. And J-Lo made a comment that has got some New Yorkers talking, and here she is.
What's your take?
You have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker.
All right, I'll stop it there because this guy's annoying. She says you have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker.
Is
all
she
right?
asking or telling?
No, she said that's her take. Her take is you have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker. Which is kind of interesting when you extrapolate it out more, because you have to be born in America to be an American. But they get very protective over New York. People like J-Lo. They get very, they draw boundaries around New York, and then more particular about particular neighborhoods. So it's like the Bronx and these other areas are even more protective over those spots. But she says you have to be born in New York to be a New Yorker, I think is what her actual claim is there. This is one of those things that people who were born in one of the boroughs in New York City will say because they think they're special. Like they think this makes them the special little creature, and like half of their personality a lot of times. Nothing against you folks who were born in New York City. I love you. I appreciate you. I see you all the time. But there's a certain amount of people who are born in New York City who make it the cornerstone of their entire personality. And it's kind of like, I'm from New York, like, so, whoa, okay, all right, okay. ask her opinion on birth citizenship, I feel like she would not have the same opinion. I feel like if you asked her about like, what about somebody who was born in another country and then raised in the United States of America? What about an African American like Elon Musk? Is he an American or no, because he wasn't born in the United States of America? This becomes a tricky thing. Now, I happen to think there's an argument that says you should be born somewhere to be that thing. Like, for instance, if I moved to Egypt and I spent the rest of my days in Egypt, I still wouldn't be an Egyptian.
No, you'd be an Egyptian.
Even if you walk like one.
I would never be an Egyptian, right? Like if I went to France, where my family comes from, I'm French and Irish, like 50-50. If I went to France and I lived there the remainder of my days, it still wouldn't make me French.
You just said you were French.
I know, but I'm French. I'm French by lineage. I'm not a French person. All right, so this happens. This happens all the time. I'll see this on the news, and they'll go, "This British man." And I'll be like, "That is an Indian. That dude wasn't born in England. That guy moved there within the last 3 years." And you're like, "He's a British man." And like, to me, that it's a very complicated argument. Actually,
I think you need to grow up in a place. I mean, when you say French and Egyptian, you're talking more genetics than just what you identify with. But when you're talking like New Yorker, I think you have to like grow up there. Like my dad was born in New York. He's not a New Yorker.
Because you're right. Spending time there means a lot. But let's say if you were born in New York City and then your family moved to Egypt when you were like 1 or 2 years old and you grew up your whole life in Egypt, but your family is just from New York. Are you still an Egyptian? Does that make sense to claim that? Are you? Because to me, it seems like, I don't know. It seems like there's other things going on there. There's a culture and there's other things that you're breaking into that make it kind of not make sense. Like if when I was 5, there was actually, this was in the works. My father came home from work one day and he's like, "Well, this is really cool. I just got offered a great job." And I go, "Awesome. Are we going to be like the rich kids now?" No, we're not going to be a rich kid. But there is a big job offer, my dad said, and we have to move to Africa. And I think it was in Pretoria in South Africa. And he goes, "There's a job there working at IBM, and I would get paid like crazy amounts of money."
They really are international business machines.
They were at the time. And when my dad finished the sentence, I was like, "No effing way. Not happening. I'm 13 years old. We're not moving to Africa right now."
The water buffalo.
That's how I know what the guy sounds like.
You would have nailed that accent if you just moved to Africa.
What are you talking about? I would have. That's how I did, right? That's how I did.
Sure.
The cheetah.
I knew. See, I knew exactly what they sounded like. That's how I nailed it.
The cheetah.
Born in Germany, but 100% citizen, says Dan. Have a German birth certificate and an army document stating citizenship. So do you feel like a German, though? Or do you feel like that's stolen valor?
Obviously, because if he felt like a German, his name would be Dan the Plumber, not Dan the Plumber.
I really think this is true. Like if you are
German,
born in certain places, claiming other places, like if my dad would have got a job in Japan, all right, of all of the places out there, you heard it,
Japan.
If my dad would have said, "We're doing it," I don't care, Sean. Sean was almost African American. True. But no, I wasn't. And if I was 5, my dad
would it be
said,
American African.
Yeah.
My dad said, "We're going to Japan. It's happening.
Japan.
Packing up the family. We're moving here." And from 5 on, I lived in Japan. I would say I am an American living in Japan. I would not say I'm Japanese. I don't think it makes you Japanese. I don't think it makes you Japanese just because you've lived there for a long time. So maybe she's right. Maybe you got to be born in New York City to be a real New Yorker, in her words. Or maybe it's elitist. But I saw a lot of people talking about that online. Let's see what else we have. This story has an update. Pete Buttigieg is speaking out about the situation where CPS was called on his kids. Maybe he's got some new details.
I was here in my study and noticed that there was a police officer and a CPS worker at the door. Showed him in, asked what was going on, and they started talking about this allegation. They couldn't tell me what the allegation was, and then they told me that I couldn't be around my children unsupervised until my children were interviewed. By
the way, on YouTube, they're saying Sean can't claim Florida then. I don't. When everybody asks me where I'm from, I say Vermont. I was born in Vermont. I lived in Vermont until I was 5 or 6 years old, and then I moved to Royal Palm Beach, Florida, and then I lived in Florida.
I think you're pretty Floridian.
I wasn't born in Florida.
You learned a lot of the stuff you knew, you had most of your life experiences in Florida.
I agree, but I still feel stolen valor saying I'm a Floridian. I say I'm.
You don't feel it saying you're a Marine?
Well, because I am a Marine.
Exactly.
My father was a Marine. I'm a Marine. That's how it works. I am a Marine. So yeah, I mean that's just logical. I think. I don't claim Florida. I don't. I mean, I love Florida. I love the United States of America. I claim that I'm an American because I am, and I claim that I was born in Vermont. That's what I claim.
In that questioning, no one in the family could be present, and the next 24 hours are some of the darkest times of my life. I don't know how to describe it.
How are your children doing?
They're 4 years old, and as a family, we're just trying to put this behind us. I don't know how much of this they're going to remember. I know I will. It's one of the most awful moments of my life, and something I wouldn't wish on anybody. Although I'll also say that the response since we made the decision to speak out about this has been really extraordinary. Hearing from people across the country, not just people I know and have worked with and are political allies, but actually people from the other side, people in some cases that I campaigned against, reaching out.
Well, they should. I mean, this is what America's about, for God's sake. Why is this shocking? It shouldn't be shocking. He's like, people who aren't lined up with me politically are supporting me after someone who was politically motivated did a fake anonymous threat that could have taken my kids away from me. I mean, that to me should be the norm. You should stand up for people when they're right, not because they're on the same team as you. That's why the team sports thing is disgusting. It's lame to me. That's why it's that bad. A lot of people chiming in on the whole Florida, not Florida, where are you from? Someone says you could be a Somalian. I could never be a Somalian. If I went to Somalia and spent my whole life there, you think the Somalians are going to look at me and be like, he's a Somalian?
Yes.
No, they're not.
They're going to welcome you.
They're not. They might welcome me. They might be nice. But if I start claiming Somalia, those people will be like, okay, all right, you've lived here. You get it. You've experienced this area. But I wouldn't say you are a Somalian.
You could be. You just have to learn a lot about wine.
Sommelier? A Somalian is not something that you could just be over time, I don't think. I don't know. Am I saying that word weird? Am I saying Somalian?
No, you're fine.
Do the accent? I've done the accent, and I nailed it so well that I don't think I need to recreate my African accent anymore. I think people now they're probably going to utilize it, maybe in the Wikipedia entry for African accent. They'll just put it there, and you click the button. It's like, it plays the audio of me doing that. I think that will be useful for all of humanity. And honestly, you're welcome. Okay? You're welcome for that. I give this to you as a prize to the whole world. I'll tell you this. We were in a big debate in 2025, 2024 about how expensive eggs were. I remember this. And I remember I defend grocery stores a lot because it's just the truth. I don't work at a grocery store. I'm not vested in grocery stores. I don't work at Publix. But I know that grocery stores as a business have some of the slimmest markups of any business you can get into. People blame the grocery stores, greedy corporations, evil Publix, evil whatever store you're next to. And I said, the markup of these grocery stores is incredibly slim on most of the things that you're buying. There are some things that they have a bit more of a markup on, especially if they make them in-house. But most of the things, it's a very, very, very slim margin that they're operating on in these grocery stores. So when the eggs got expensive, everybody started blaming the grocery stores, these greedy corporations. And I said, I don't think that's where this comes from. I said, at the time, there was a lot of blame going around in the egg world, if you will, for bird flu and some other things that they said were making things more expensive. Well, now we know. Now we know what was really going on. Let me give you this from Good Morning America. It was all
a dream.
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream, but it was a big, big scam. Big Egg was behind the prices, and now I hope we get some sort of payout. Here we go.
We all remember going to the grocery store, and eggs became the poster child for inflation when prices were at a record high, more than $6 a dozen. That was mainly due to severe shortages caused by the bird flu, but it turns out there may have been something else at play as well. The Justice Department in 17 states reaching settlements with 3 major egg producers accused of price fixing that they secretly communicated from approximately June 2022 to March 2025 to influence the daily egg price quotes. Under the settlements, none of the companies admitted wrongdoing, but they will be paying in cash and eggs, a combined $3.3 million.
What? Are there other worlds where you could pay in the thing that you make? Like, we're going to pay $3.3 million and 53 million eggs. They're like, which is also probably nothing to them.
I mean,
53 million eggs.
As a company, we kind of pay for stuff in the thing that we have to provide.
Do we?
Yeah, airtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we do, actually. You're right. We do this. Yeah. Because we'll get a deal with, say, somebody that brings in food to the station, and then we'll trade. You trade back and forth. But they found out that the big companies, Cal-Maine Foods, Hersova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch, these massive companies, were conspiring behind the scenes. They were working with one another to jack up the prices of eggs, and now they've been fined for it. That's what was happening behind the scenes. It wasn't the grocery stores. It wasn't the places that everybody was really focusing their energy on. It was these big conglomerate farmers that control the egg industry, and they were secretly talking to each other and jacking those prices up. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday, and the first of the month even. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic alternative this weekend.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes of the show. It's time to wrap it up, folks. It's time to wrap it up. I've got to get the songs queued up. You just remember, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Grinding and squealing. What are you gonna do about that? Time for new brakes. The chain store never has what I need. No worries. Go to RockAuto.com for name brands and lower prices.
All right, it's time to rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. See, what is that Instagram? Anything we should talk about?
Yeah, it's. I didn't know if we had shown this or not when we were talking about people visiting for World Cup.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of Japanese guys that have never seen a gun store like that.
Okay, awesome. All right, we'll do that on the way out.
Restaurant is the Bunny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Bunny Bone welcomes Dave. Meet Dave Williamson on July 2nd through July 5th, and Capedo in Spanish on July 3rd. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.bunnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.bunnybone.com.
All right, the first of the month is off and running. You say 20 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 Egyptian Sean's out of 10, 9 out of 10 Incredible Edible Eggs, 7.7 Wonky-Eyed Hicks out of 10. That's on See It Now. 9.3 Some Aliens, 10 out of 10 Skyscraper People, Keep your reviews, your ratings coming in. The first of the month, thank you for all the gifted subs. 9 murdered Satans out of 10. That's good. I'm going to give you a recap of what everybody gifted to start the month of July. The first of the month was a roaring success. A roaring success. And also, I'm running the numbers right now as to the gifted subscription totals for the month of June. So I want to shout that out at the end as well. Sun State John with 153 for June. CB Twisted with 115. Cyclonus with 93. Brad Wallace Realtor with 73. And Craig K for 60 in June. July started off with a bang. We'll give you a rundown. You want that rundown, right? 10 out of 10 brainwashed kids in church. 10 to 48 hours for the live show. That's right. Friday. Mount Dora Whiskey Kitchen. Do not miss it for anything. A lot of you have the day off, right? I think. And we're back, everybody. The day is off. Hell yeah. Be part of the Ocho hour version, aka the Quattro. Win big prizes, and if you can't make it, just come along with virtually. I'm over here. Yeah, I'm over here. Goose Springsteen about to get fired. All right, Godspeed, everybody. Stay gold. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ace. You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
This July 4th, celebrate with America 250 at America's Block Party at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, hosted by Queen Latifah. See performances from major artists, including Chris Stapleton and the Smashing Pumpkins, patriotic tributes, and kick off Giving Forth. Get your tickets at america250.org/LA.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
Presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
It's going to be one wild weekend. Are you ready?
Brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile, proud partner of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Get that This Is My Song feeling only at Metro.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the news.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today, learn to wrap it up for a Wednesday. So good to be with you. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. I'm staring down at the clock, counting me down here as we wrap up the first of the month. I will remind you, and we'll be back live tomorrow, of course, on the show. And then we have an actual live broadcast on Friday. Now, if you are not close enough, you don't live around where the show is based in Orlando, we're going to be at a place in Mount Dora. It's Mount Dora, beautiful area, and it's called Whiskey Kitchen. That is the place that we'll be broadcasting from on Friday. You could be there in the audience. You could hang out with us. We're going to have magnets for everybody. We're going to be doing a bunch of games on the show. We're going to be doing the Quattro, which is our version of ESPN's The Ocho. And it's a big, big blowout for the 4th. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. And I cannot wait for you to enjoy this with us. We got a new video set up. We got a lot going on. So be out there if you can. If you cannot, don't worry. Don't freak out. You can come along with virtually. We're going to be up on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Friday will be maybe the best first day ever for you to start watching the show. It is the first of the month, so let's just say big thanks to everybody for all the gifted subscriptions, the premium subscriptions in June of 2026. The top gifter, no surprise, Sun State John with 153 in June. CB Twisted, Cyclonus in at 2 and 3. Brad Wallace, Realtor at number 4, and Craig K at number 5. They were very, 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 very generous. Very generous last month. We appreciate that. It's the best way to support the show. And, send a middle finger to the suits in many cases. It is much, much appreciated. I did want to say, we don't need to show this, but I wanted to say thanks today, kicking off the first of the month with Craig K., who gave 20 gifted subscriptions. Sun State John with 34 on day one. Oof. Janine with 10. Meep with 3. Kevin with 11.
Kevin 11.
Kevin 11, like I always say. And if I missed you, I apologize. But those are all of the gifted subs to start us out. The support is palpable. We love you. We appreciate you. And now it's time to wrap everything up. Let's do some final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Let's see what we got. Let me give it a refresh. Make sure we got the latest and the greatest here. And then I got to get to something C-Lane sent over. So we'll do one dispatch maybe. Here is a Miami native Mike. Go ahead.
Good day, news junkies.
All right.
Hey, Sean, about 44 years ago when I went to high school, they taught economics. And yes, in those economic classes, they taught you how to write a check, how to balance your bank statements, how to do stocks and bonds and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to teach that stuff in high school. Why they got away from it, who knows?
Wow.
Later, junkies.
Everybody knows. They know because they started teaching for tests. That's it. They were teaching for tests because the tests got them money from the state, and they wanted the kids to do well on the tests.
I literally had a teacher that would just constantly say, "We're trying to get you ready for the AFK."
Yeah, that's it. That's all they did. And they didn't care about getting kids ready for life. They cared about getting them ready for the test. C-Lane, what is this clip? This World Cup fans?
Oh, my friend posted this on Instagram, and I guess it's one of those clips where a bunch of the World Cup fans from out of town are seeing things they're not used to in America.
Yeah.
And this one was the gun store.
It says in Japan this is illegal, in the USA it's Tuesday. They're holding ridiculous guns.
This is what happens when you win the world wars.
Yeah. He's got a handgun bigger than I've ever seen in my life. This guy, I don't even know what kind of gun. That's so funny.
The manager brought him free hats.
Yeah, so the manager saw the Japanese people excited about this and got him some free hats. That's fantastic. Oh, all right. That'll have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
By the way, so I pay it off. They are now putting AI-powered robots in some U.S. classrooms, starting out in New York. There's one particular reservation area where they, in the classroom, have put this Realbotics M-Series humanoid robot called Optio. And the robot bloop, 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 sits in the classroom, teaches your kids. I don't know if that's a great idea for the...
Thanks, Mr. Optio.
Yeah, thank you, robot teacher. That's what we got. All right, today I learned for a Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Today I learned this movie.
Toy Story.
That's right. The first Toy Story, 1995, required 800,000 machine hours and 114,240 frames of animation in total. It took about hold on. The computers could render about 30 seconds of film per day. That's how long it took to render the entirety of the Toy Story film. A little faster these days. Yeah, it's kind of sad, Josh. You're right. And finally, today in this group right here.
Bone Thugs in Harmony.
That's right. Bone Thugs in Harmony. Busy Bone from Bone Thugs was kidnapped as a kid and held captive for over 2 years.
Whoa.
It's not as fun as this song, but it is the first of the
sad.
month. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but let's just focus on the song.
Just hope for Nancy Guthrie after all.
The song.
Jesus.
Monster. Send your emails to him, not me, please. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Just look at the camera. Yeah, just take it all in.